Hey everybody, hi, welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast, your daily, well, we don't do this daily, your dose of whatever this is. I'm Chris Raygun, I'm with Tom Sweeney and Derek Blackman. Remember to check out our merch, snarktank.shop. We've got things over there that might pique your fancy. Listen, a lot of these clothes, you'd be buried in them, happily. Like, if you had an open casket funeral and you were buried in the scumbag hoodie, I think it would lighten the whole ceremony up. You 100%. Know, and all these other great articles of clothing go on over there. Snark Tank.
Big facts.
Shop. I have to do it at the beginning of every episode. You know, we gotta make sure people know. Also,
if you hate ads on our audio feed, and, you know, there are plenty of ads. You know. Why don't you stop by our Patreon at patreon.com/snarktank. The Snark Tank. Just $1, you get rid of the ads, man. You get the show a little bit early, too. So I just want to put that out there because there are some people that do not know that, and they need to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is worth noting. Yeah, $1, no ads. I pay other subscription services so much more for that for that privilege.
That is so true.
So like YouTube, literally Spotify.
Dude,
so much money,
YouTube specifically, like YouTube Premium is that subscription that I don't think I will ever get rid of, because every time I go to people's houses or every time I go over to like hang out at somebody's place, they don't have YouTube Premium. There's like, hey, let's put on some music, and then I hear like 50 ads a night. And it is so disruptive to the vibe, I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
It is so horrible.
It drives me nuts.
Crazy, I forgot I had YouTube Premium.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Now
and
try it without
and then you lose it, and then you immediately remember what it's like, and you're like, oh, fuck, no, I'm not doing this.
Forgot I had it.
Anyway, it is worth doing that housekeeping in the beginning. Try to run this like a professional fucking show for once, except for Sweeney, who will continue speaking.
That's true.
What were you going to say?
I got it because ad block. I was like, ad block is a thing, and I don't want to see ads, and I don't want to like flip people's money up. So I was like, I'll just pay you premium, and I forgot I pay it.
Yeah,
should probably find out what card that's on though, because I just
maybe
something's getting charged from it. I don't know what's getting charged, but that's a good idea.
Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? We've got just a couple of light things. Diddy.
Diddy did it.
Diddy.
Did he do it? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did it. He did. He did it. Did it.
You didn't got it. You didn't got it.
I love it.
Did he do it? Did he did it?
This scenario, I just love timing. I love tempting fate too, because the footage came out, right?
Right.
There was a lawsuit that he settled out of court the next day, right? Because he beat up his ex, right? Allegedly. It was alleged at that point. Settled out of court. Right. We all know when you settle out of court, it pretty much means there's a big chance you did something, right? Yeah, there's a very large chance that you're guilty, and you don't want to go through 90%. The process.
I would say 90% of the time, it's indication of guilt.
Yeah, you know? Right. And so he settled out of court, and then recently, since all of the allegations have been propping up, documentaries coming out, he released a statement kind of saying, oh, y'all are lying on me and the truth's like, one of those bullshit things. And I feel like he tempted fate with that. I think possibly if he would have just shut the fuck up and just didn't say anything like true criminals, then maybe people wouldn't have tried to dig up that. I think it was CNN that dropped the footage.
Yes, they did.
Something like that, yeah.
CNN had the hotel footage of Diddy running in a fucking towel, beating the fuck. What was her name? Sasha? What's her name?
Cassie.
I
thought we talked about this already. Did
you guys talk about Diddy getting the shit kicked out of you?
I felt like you were here. I felt like I brought up the whole Diddy hitting thing. It might have been me and Chris.
I remember talking about it outside of like we were at a friend's house, at an apartment, talking about it.
I don't. When moments like that, when we're all around each other, the realities blur a little. So it's like I feel like I remember talking to Derek about it.
That is very.
We were
true.
talking about this. We were talking about this at Korean barbecue, or like that day. I think
That
is
day.
when we were talking about it.
For sure. Yeah, but it does happen, and happened with Assassin's Creed. When I was gone, when I was kidnapped by a halal truck, briefly, there was you guys were talking about Assassins Bleed Blados, and then when I came back, when I escaped, we talked about it again because you guys weren't sure if you talked about because it shit gets kind of meshed up sometimes. So I'm like, hey man, people, hey, the people aren't gonna mind. They're here for the ride.
But I don't think we talked about the footage of it's crazy because in the footage you see Diddy in a bathrobe, and he literally does a shoryuken towards Cassie, and then Cassie ragdolls down. I think it's about 17 yards. She flies down this hallway.
Yeah,
and then Diddy he keeps doing it. He keeps chasing.
He's wave dashing the whole time,
shit,
dude.
He even did a hurricane kick. It was crazy.
Did a hurricane kick.
He was like Tatsumaki, and then he like
Senpukia, bro.
Yeah, he was like Tatsumaki Senpuku, and then he just fucking just 17 hits in a row.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. So we did talk about that video. What we didn't talk about was that video of him going like he put out an apology or some video of him going like, "Hey, listen, man, I was in a bad place. I didn't mean to do that.
I hit rock bottom. There was rock bottom, man."
First of all, you're P. Diddy. You're not hitting rock bottom. There's no rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
Come on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Come on. They have rock bottoms, but also like I've been pretty bad off. I've never hit a woman, bro.
They have like
I've been pretty bad
celebrities.
Off,
Look.
I've
Rich
had
celebrities.
Bad days.
rich celebrities have like. They have like mezzanine or like first floor bottoms. You know what I mean? They're not hitting.
I don't
they're
have
not
the whole
hitting,
rich celebrity.
They're not hitting bedrock. You know, that's ridiculous.
I don't have the whole celebrities can't feel thing. Like if a celebrity's going through some shit, they're probably go.
That's what I'm saying.
Like losing.
Not what I said.
But like because like you're saying like a rich celebrity doesn't have a rock bottom that's similar to our rock bottoms. I agree, it's not similar. But like I don't know, a celebrity could lose their mom and feel horrible about it.
But that's not rock.
Everything, you know.
But
that could be their rock bottom.
I don't think they should misuse rock bottom.
But I guess rock bottom, the idea of saying rock bottom means you have nothing. And I guess to them, that's their perspective of it. Nonetheless, this nigga beat up a girl he didn't have to. So, like, that's it. I don't care what kind of rock bottom you go through.
The crazy thing is, he beat her up before that, went to sleep. She tried to escape, and then he fucking somehow got aggroed. Like, you know, I guess her stealth was not, you know, like she wasn't completely hidden. And then and then he fucking just came running down like, what was that noise?
Dude, it literally is. It's that scene in Gears 1 with the berserker in the church. Literally, like that's what that footage looks like to me. It's like
when you're shooting an empty gun just to get its attention, bro. You're literally pulling the trigger on an empty gun so the berserker comes after you, and not your friend that doesn't know how to fucking be quiet.
It is a crazy video. It is. It's. You
gotta think about how many people he's done this to, because this was his girl. This was a significant other. So someone who's just slightly wronged him, like in like maybe accidentally like stepped on his shoe, and like that dude's probably dead.
He's got a kill count for sure.
So in all the hip hop stuff I watched, there was one time where Wale, some guy, I forgot who it was. He was I think it might be in I forgot who it was. I know he's cool with DJ Premier, but he came in.
The Pixar character?
No, stop.
Wale,
don't
right?
DJ Premier. Shut up.
No, Wale, right?
But what happened is, he came in, and what happened was he saw them hanging Wale. Like he was like, no one's gonna believe me because everybody thinks I'm lying. No one knows about the shit yet. But a few years ago, people were starting to talk about Diddy, and it recently blew up really big. But he was like, they were hanging Wale, the DC rapper, off I heard about over the fucking window. They were hanging him by his shoes.
I remember that. Yeah,
he said he dropped his jewelry and shit off. His wallet fell out the fucking building just because he was talking to Cassie. Did you see the video too, Derek? You're talking about that?
Yes. No, I actually did. I did see that. I did.
But it was It's crazy because all Wale said he did was he made a comment that Cassie looked nice That's it. Just like being a friend, because they're friends. They know each other, obviously. Cassie's also from DC. They're friends.
But that's too much, man.
And then
That's
Diddy
too
was
much.
like, "You're not gonna talk to my girl like
Diddy's
that,
like,
you dumb
this
black
is your
bitch."
last Disney Pixar movie ever. You're
Yeah.
done. And then he fucking
You
like,
dumb Mexican coded robot. I'll kill you.
He literally walked over.
Wow.
He rolled over. And he goes,
fucking robot.
he rolled over and he went, beep boop. And then P. Diddy was like, "No way,
no
no
way,
way, you're talking to my
Jose."
fucking girlfriend, Wally. Fuck you, Wally."
And then he fucking psycho crushed him. He just fucking spun it and just just fucking destroyed it.
If
No,
you
but guys, he
psycho
was in
crushes
a-
somebody, you got to be shot dead. You
Guys, he
need
was
to
in a
be
dark-
shot dead immediately.
But-
if you
so
think
listen.
that is the okay response, they need to shoot you in your fucking mouth.
Do we hold Diddy responsible for this? Because, like, I mean, come on, he was in a bad place.
Yeah, he was at his lowest. He said rock bottom, but he was at his lowest. Incredibly
He was
wealthy.
at rock bottom with that thing that kept spitting.
yeah. He literally meant he was watching Rock Bottom the episode.
And he said, "I was at it." Could you imagine being that confused? I was at rock bottom.
Got the
with
new
SpongeBob and that.
What are those
dude with
Apple
the
Vision
big
Pros?
tongue.
And he just thinks he's in Rock Bottom. He's like, I was in Rock Bottom. And we got to look
I was
closer
in
at that
Rock
footage. I think he was actually watching the prototype Apple Vision Pros, and he thought
Right.
he was in Rock Bottom, beating up one of those those sea monsters, and not Cassie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's all a huge misunderstanding. Diddy, like, listen, he thought
Diddy
he was in
did it.
VR. He thought he was in VR. He thought Cassie was a sea monster, and he was just simply trying to defend himself. A huge misunderstanding, a Seinfeldian circumstance, if you will.
Yeah.
So I really do feel like maybe we're being a little bit hard on him because, like in the video said, he thought he was at rock bottom.
He was at rock bottom.
He didn't know. You know,
He takes
didn't
full
know it was his
accountability.
hotel.
For beating up those
Yeah.
sea creatures.
And you know what? He took full accountability, even though we know now that he thought he was in
confused.
VR, and that
Yeah.
takes a big man, you know, to do that, to take the fall for something that
It's a big
ostensibly
man to beat a woman.
you didn't really do. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, props to P.
It
Diddy.
takes a real man to beat a woman's ass, you know. It takes a real man.
It does take a special kind of man. It really does. You know,
It
special
takes a
can be
certain. Sorry. It takes a certain kind of man.
yes, but special can be interpreted in very many ways. So
It takes
like,
a certain kind of man to whoop a woman's ass. I'll say that right now.
it takes a man and a certain kind of man, and you got even that video.
I don't think I'm that kind of man, but it takes.
I
a certain
feel a
kind
little
of man.
bad. I'm be honest. I feel a little bad watching the video. Why I feel bad is because it was so outrageous that I laughed the first time I saw it. Because
You
It
like,
is outrageous.
yes, because it is so.
It doesn't feel real.
He kicked her. He stomped her like he did a kick like it was WWE. It was so animated in a way that I'm like, this looks choreographed. Where I was like, I'm watching a match where like, oh, the heel is starting to take over, right? And then now it's like it's to slow down the momentum of the baby face. And I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. Like it was way more brazen than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, yo.
I didn't laugh at all. I was like, this is kind of sad. I feel bad for her.
I mean, it's
fuck, dude.
like seeing if you saw a baby get shot in the face. You would probably laugh first because it's so
I wouldn't
outrageous.
laugh. I'd scream. I definitely would scream. I wouldn't laugh.
I don't know about
But
that.
it'd be like,
I don't-
Kingston,
I
Kingston,
saw.
you would laugh. You would laugh. You would laugh.
Also, that's a on video thing and in person. A video that I could see myself maybe
That's what I'm
like
talking about. A video. I'm not
doing
talking about a
uncomfortable
person.
grin. In person, I'd be like,
Kingston,
what the fuck did you do?
Kingston, we're talking about a video.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh. I don't know. Women getting beat doesn't really
Kingston,
make me
you
laugh
remember?
anymore.
You remember you sent me a video of, and this wasn't funny to me at first. The first time I saw it, a mom and her son fell out of a ride at a carnival. Like, and
Dog.
like you said, that shit was fucked.
That shit
But then-
fucked me up. I sent it to you because I was panicking. I sent it to Chris too. I sent it to Jayla. I sent it to my friend Whiskey. I sent it to Lily. I sent it to a bunch of my homies. I was panicking. I saw it and I got scared. And I was like, someone tell me what I'm like. The episode of the video. I sent Chris a video of a guy getting beat up. and then he digs in his pocket and takes out a grenade. And I remember I sent that to Chris because I was nervous.
No, that video's funny.
That
video's
video
funny.
was
What
insane.
happened there?
Like that
You
video
saw it
was
too?
just subjective.
Did I send it to you too?
Yeah,
We've all seen that video. We talked about it on the show before ad nauseum. That video, the guy pulling out a grenade in the middle of getting jumped, is one of the craziest. It is so funny because it's so. That's like Grand Theft Auto. That's not something that happens. People, first of all, people don't carry around grenades. Second of all, people don't detonate them in the middle of like random fights. Second of all, he was so
Sometimes
calm.
you're losing really bad.
He got punched once and then kind of calmly walked over, pulled out a grenade, and exploded. It is the craziest. It is such a crazy. It is objectively funny because of the circumstances that led you there. This is so outrageous. How can I not laugh at this?
It wasn't even like last ditch effort. That's what's so crazy, right? Because
He still had a bunch of fight left in him.
Even
he
when
had,
you like,
he had
like,
15. He had 15 other options minimum, but he just skipped to the fucking grenade.
The entire
It's like when you
metamorphosis.
take one bad combo in a fighting game and you turn it off. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you had 45% of your health left, bro. You definitely could have done something.
That would
It
be
wasn't
like in a
over.
Dragon
You
Ball.
were losing, yes, but like
That
you
would be
kept
like
fighting.
that would be like in a Dragon Ball fighting game. The very first thing Masha Vegeta does is the sacrifice.
No,
It's
it'd be
so unnecessary. Just fight, bro.
It's like if you take one Kamehameha in Tenkaichi. You take one, and you're like, fuck it, that's it. It's like, bro, you have 4 health bars left. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's a level of anger. That is a level of anger that scares me. And usually you'll see it in road rage, where somebody gets cut off and then they literally try to kill the person. Or it's like that's a very different level of just doing something that something was done to you that was slightly annoying, and now you want to retaliate with murder.
Road rage is crazy.
It's crazy.
People that have road rage is insane. Like Lily has road rage. She doesn't run anybody off the street road yet. Also, I've been in a car with her, so I don't know what she's done when I'm not there. But she gets mad. And I'm like, yo, Lily, you're going to get mad. You're going to fucking fight this with this guy. This grown man's going to come out the car. You're going to be like, oh, I'm a woman. I'm a 5'2" woman. Chill. Yeah,
you're going to do it with the wrong. You're going to do it with a Diddy type. You know, the Diddy type of man. Like a class Diddy.
And then I'm going to have to fight him. That's what happens. I've seen it so many times.
Dude.
Growing up, I've seen it so many times where like girls go and start problems and then they throw their man into ass whoopings, and it's so fucking funny. Because I remember when I worked at I worked at Starbucks in Fishkill. There was this girl that she was dating a guy that worked at like a car shop. And she was like, you guys better than me if I get my boyfriend. And one of my coworkers walked up and said, if you get your boyfriend, I'd beat the fuck out of your boyfriend and I'd slap you after. And I'm like, damn. You about to get this innocent man's ass beat for this innocent man, he's done nothing. He's working to probably buy you something nice. And you about to get his ass beat. You about to walk in, say, hey guys, and get punched in the face.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet.
Hey, people at Starbucks, you guys work really hard. I hope you guys are having a good day. And he catches a fist to his mouth.
I felt like JoJo did that one time. And only once, though. It was because we got in a one car accident where we were stationed, we were chilling, and a giant truck swiped the left side of my car. And she, a side of her I've never seen, got out of the car immediately and started talking gang loads of shit. And I was like, get the fuck back in the car, because I don't know who's in that giant truck.
You don't know if he's got a fucking tool on him.
Yeah, and a lot of people that have giant trucks they're unhinged. They're fucking crazy people. So I'm like, shut the fuck, like, because immediately I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna have to fight some guy that's gonna be upset that like he fucked up already, and now he's getting scolded, and now he's gonna attack. But luckily, it was like a 16-year-old kid that just got his license, and his like old ass dad was in the passenger seat. They were both like, sorry, and I was like, oh, good. Oh, good. And I beat the fuck out of the 16-year-old. I beat the fuck out of him.
That's when you start beating the fuck out of his kid. You push the dad down to the floor. You hold the dad. Like, JoJo, hold the dad down while I beat his son's ass. You
ever see that video?
Where you beat his ass. And then you make JoJo hold down the beat up kid. And then you beat up his dad.
Yeah. Don't do that again.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
you better watch out. What's your insurance?
Where is that, Chris?
It's like that video of fucking Bugs Bunny getting his arms twisted up by that mummy. You ever see that video?
No. What?
It's like real. It's like some. I don't remember if it's a mummy or what, but there's a video. It's like an official Warner Brothers animation. It's like from like a Looney Tunes thing where Bugs Bunny gets really violently fucked up by like some mummy or something. I don't know.
Wait.
I
It's kind of coming
I see
back
it on Twitter
to me.
every.
Wasn't it like
he
a
like takes his arm
reboot?
and snaps it. He like bends his leg in like like 3 different points. It what?
That was
Yeah, it's
when
a
they
reboot,
like
yeah,
rebooted Looney Tunes. I think I saw that actually because I'm starting to get like a thought of.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
You got the link? Shoot the link.
Yeah, hold on. I'll put it in the chat. It's called Bugs Bunny Flippin' Dies. you have to
I got
copy
it
paste
already.
it.
Oh
You have to
God!
copy paste it into I don't know Elon or I think it might actually it's not a Twitter
It's
related
probably
thing. It's actually
Riverside.
Riverside.
Yeah, God.
Riverside's not letting you do links no more. But
Very
it's
cool.
it's truly crazy. Like he gets fucking molested basically.
Why'd he do him like that?
That is crazy.
I don't know. It's incredibly violent.
Yeah.
And he's screaming too. He's like it's like it's what he does to his legs specifically that makes me laugh because he bends it like
Fucking
a square.
triple breaks it.
So this was like an HBO Max thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember what show it's from. I just know that I've seen that on Twitter a couple times, like out of context.
Whew, that is crazy.
That's what
yeah.
Diddy did. That's what Diddy did to fucking Cassie.
I just want to see all the other shit, dude, because there's a lot. There's a lot.
Oh
of
yeah,
footage,
dude.
and I wanna-
He's definitely walked down the hallway of like a Vegas hotel, and a baby in a stroller looked at him the wrong way, and then later that night he shoved it down the fucking kitchen sink. Like for sure, like. He's so clearly, dude. He's so clearly unhinged. Like like that. He is so obviously unhinged.
You know what's nuts?
Would you put that past that? He's probably microwaved his
No.
fair share of cats, like all sorts of shit.
Yeah. Did you
He
see
probably
that
looks at
movie?
the sun and like, I'm gonna eat you one day, and he means it.
Yeah.
Like
What movie?
anything's possible with him. There's a movie called Get Him to the Greek with
Get him to the Greek. Yeah, he's chasing.
he
Russell
becomes
Brand
like
and
an
Jonah Hill
insane
down the hallway.
person. Yeah. He goes crazy and the whole point is, I guess he was acting crazy just to make sure he actually makes it to the Greek theater. But like, it's funny when you think back on that, you're like, oh, he just channeled his inner. It's like when Chris D'Elia played a pedophile on the show You, where he was like, he's just channeling his inner, like the shit that's already there. It's like, why would you step into that role? Like, people are crazy. I would be like, if I had a dark side to me, I wouldn't want to like do that because it's almost like, oh, I'm hidden in plain sight. This is so cool. Like, I think that's just. I don't know.
Chris D'Elia was in You.
Yeah, he was in You. I think I don't know which season. Probably the second season or something. Because I was listening to this podcast called Your Mom's House, and they would talk about it. Like, the show's so good, and then Chris D'Elia's in it and shit. And I guess he played like a pervert that like. I don't know if he sleeps with her or something, but some minor or something. He like does something.
Everything comes full circle. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
crazy.
people
Ironic,
doing
bro.
dumb shit like that. Like if I were a fucking serial I don't know theft or anything, murderer, a thief or anything, I'm not gonna be like, okay, in Hollywood, would you want to do the thing that deep down you always do, and it just no, let me play something completely. I don't want anything even remotely connected to the dark shit that I do, but I don't know. I guess criminals are stupid, so that's kind of the whole point, I guess. Like they're not smart people, typically.
Yeah, the smart ones are scary.
The smart ones, you just never find them. You never know about them, right? Because they don't do dumb shit to get caught.
Like my boy Jack the Ripper, bro.
He wasn't smart. They were just so dumb back then in the fucking
he was smart.
the
You're
17th
bugging,
century.
you're bugging.
They're so stupid that like he didn't even he left like notes and shit, and like they couldn't figure out
And
anything.
they couldn't find him. They didn't have forensic. He knew forensics had 2 years. He was like, all right, for this guy at least 200 years before they can really get me.
Yeah, he knew.
These
he knew
bitches,
for sure.
they
200.
can't track my cum yet. They don't know. It's going to be dried out by the time they look for my cum.
The amount
I'll
of
do it at nighttime. Niggas don't got street lights.
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
got cameras yet. I'm chilling, bro. He's just genius. He knew about all these concepts well before everybody else did. He's like, they don't have him commit crime.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
How big do you think Mount Rushmore is?
Pretty big. Dare I say huge?
I have no reference at all. I can't even guess.
Right. Exactly. Like it really could be like 3 feet long. Like I really I really have no reference for like how big Mount Rushmore is.
Like it's a model
for
I've only
seen. Yeah, like I've only ever seen the close up for it. I've only ever seen the close up for it, and I saw pictures recently of like people like in front of it, like pointing at it, and I'm like, dude, it looks really fucking tiny. Like it looks mega small. Like way smaller than I thought.
What do you mean by mega small?
Google it.
Like just like not even remotely as big as I thought it would be.
Well, it can't be that big because imagine how tough it would be.
Rocks.
If it was so big, imagine how difficult it would be to fucking deal with.
Well, that's what I mean, right? It's like part of what impressed me as a kid was like how big I assumed it was for how much detail is in it. And then you look at people taking pictures in front of it, and you're like, oh, that's kind of like it's not really that big at all.
What made you bring this up?
I don't know.
I don't think people can get so Chris, people can't get like I don't think you can get up by where the faces actually are. I think you can go to where the park is by it.
Because they won't let people vandalize it.
You can't get by the faces. You've never seen anyone take a picture near enough to get a real sense of style because you can't get there. They'll kill you, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Do you know how fast that shit would be vandalized if you could be by it?
Yeah, but the pictures that I have seen are confusing. Like,
right,
okay, so apparently
is,
one of
George
the heads
Washington's,
is...
Oh, go ahead.
So George Washington's head is 60 feet.
Yeah, we're looking at the same
thing,
thing.
I guess.
Yeah,
that's huge.
And I guess his
60 feet's pretty.
60 feet is like 5 stories, Chris.
That's quite a bit.
It's big, but also like I don't know what I assumed.
That's a 5-story building, Chris. That's huge.
Right,
I didn't think it was
I don't know what
I thought it was about that size, like in the huge area.
I never thought about it. I always thought it was like this grand thing where it was like impossibly large.
Like it was like as big as the Grand Canyon or something.
If it was that big, we see it from space, and you don't see it from space. No one talks about it.
That'd be frightening seeing like faces from space.
That's why I assume it's not that big.
Yeah,
because all of the ridiculously big things you can see from space.
I just found the thing that says expectation, reality.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say,
it's literally just the Great Wall.
No, it's the Great Wall. You can see the you can see the Grand Canyon from space too. You can see the divide of it.
You can see America also.
Well, yes, because America's fucking big. Like my point.
You can see my penis.
No, it's not. It defeats the point. Is what I'm saying.
Because
you can see anything from space.
You can see anything from space.
Not exactly. Not well enough to be like, oh, that's exactly that.
If you had good eyes,
you can see the pyramids. You can see the sphinxes. You can see the Grand Canyon. Not the Grand Canyon.
If you had good eyes, you could see Manhattan from space.
No, you can't, you idiot. You fucking
yeah, you could. You absolutely could.
Oh, I can see the Statue of Liberty. You can't see the Statue of Liberty. It's not bigger than most buildings.
I can see Joe's.
You could see it from space if you had good eyes.
Oh, I could see Ron Jeremy's cock from space. No, you can't. That's big.
You could. All you have to do is zoom. All you have to do is zoom in, and then you'll see it.
Oh my god, you fucking
like you can see it from space.
You can see amoebas on Earth from space if you zoom in enough. Like yes, Chris, you are in fact right. Yes. That is what I'm talking about. That is staying on trail of my conversation.
Chris, did you read that article that I sent that it just posted? Because that literally what you're saying is just this article. They're like, people are saying it's like much smaller in person. And they're like disappointed.
I'm like, it was way bigger than that.
Because it looks bigger in. It looks a lot bigger in like movies and media.
I've never thought about it. I've never thought about it.
I thought it's big. That's it.
I'm be honest.
You know what made me think about it? You know what made me think about it? What made me think about it was Team America World Police, where they have like an entire base in it, right? And they like jets and helicopters and shit are coming out of it, and you're like, oh,
I mean, you could arguably have a base in there.
Must be huge.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and you're like, this is like maybe a condo. It's like maybe a condominium.
This is one monument.
That's not a condo. That's not a condo, Chris.
Casey, that's not even like a Manhattan block.
Chris, no, maybe not, but that's not a Manhattan block. A Manhattan block is way bigger than a condominium. First of all,
what I'm saying is
Washington's height.
If you were to tell somebody that Mount Rushmore was smaller than a Manhattan block, I think that would be shocking to most people.
Really?
I think so. I think that's a jarring.
Yeah.
That's a jarring fact because it's like a wonder. It's like Mount Rushmore. It's a big fucking thing. And then you go to it and you're like, oh, it's kind of
Mount Rushmore's a big thing only in America. I feel like though.
Well, yeah.
Because you know how there's the pyramids. The pyramid and the sphinxes are gigantic, like on a global scale.
Yeah,
I feel like no one in the rest of the world. I'm just saying, no one in the rest of the world will probably be like, wow, that Mount Rushmore is a big thing. You never hear it on the wonders of the world.
No,
like
dude.
that.
I would bet a lot of money that people in other countries assume Mount Rushmore is way bigger.
They probably don't think about it.
They probably don't even know about it.
They probably don't even care about it.
When they think about it, obviously, yes, Japanese people do not think about Mount Rushmore. Probably no, but if they were to think about it, they would probably assume it's massive because it's like in the same conversation as these like big fucking things. Like the pyramid's huge.
It is really. I think it's just American. I think it's very American context.
Oh my fucking god!
Obviously is, but I just don't
because,
even
like
the Great Wall of China is so Chinese. Yes.
Well, yeah, but the Great Wall of China is like a magnificent sculpture. When people talk about big things, they bring up the Great Wall of China. No one ever brings up Mount Rushmore when they're talking about gigantic, mind-blowing shit. No one ever does that. No one's ever done that, I think, maybe.
Probably not.
If you talk about like, people are like, oh, the biggest rivers ever. They're like, yeah, the Nile's huge. The one in Louisiana, Mississippi River's huge. But you don't see people talk about like, oh, the Hudson River. It's like you think about that when you're near it.
When you talk about man-made creations like that, you think about like the Jesus and fucking what is it? The statue of Jesus
in Rio de Janeiro.
In Rio de Janeiro, right? Like,
yes.
How big is that then?
Very, very big.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the Jesus in Rio de Janeiro is fucking massive.
Yeah, but that's a wonder of the world, though, Chris.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. When you talk about the wonders, you never hear anybody bring up anything involving Mount Rushmore. I've never heard that. Ever. I've never heard people like...
I remember a lot growing up, people talking about how insane it was that Mount Rushmore existed and how insane it was that it was made. And then because people talk about that, yeah. And because people talk about that, you assume it's huge. And then you go to it and you see these pictures, like, this is like fucking, I could do this.
I've never heard
do this
of
in like
that,
fucking...
man.
Give me a year. Give me a year.
Sculptors.
Give me a year. I could make Mount Rushmore in a year.
That's kind of weird. That's kind
Wouldn't
of
even
insane.
take me long at all.
I went to London and I saw Big Ben.
Like decades to do it, but
Big Ben is huge.
Professionals
that is
back
something
then.
that's huge.
Okay, all right, Chris. For sure. Okay, yeah, just one 3D
Chris,
printing. You're
like
good.
this, right?
You got it.
Think of it like this, right? I went to London, right, and I saw Big Ben. Big Ben is insanely big, right? And I've always assumed that, like, oh, that's something that people talk about being gigantic.
Big Ben is gay.
And I've never heard anyone ever be like, Mount Rushmore is gigantic. I'd be like, oh, I guess.
It's not that anybody was like, Mount Rushmore is gigantic. I just didn't assume it was that small because it is such a landmark of the United States. Like, why would we even pay attention to it? You might as well just draw it.
Well, because
you might as well be a
faces.
It is impressive, but who gives, like, really, like, honestly, who kind of, when it comes to, like, we don't
American culture. Who cares?
We don't. That is the real thing right there. We don't care. American culture is technically boring because it's so young. Nothing cool has really happened yet.
Like, I wouldn't say that. Okay. It's just
okay,
not a lot of it.
Off the top of your head, what's the coolest shit that happened in American history?
Probably the Tea Party.
Probably 9/11.
The Tea Party was fucking gay.
It was gay, but we still stood on business though.
But
we still stood on business though. Like we
compare that to pick a country in Europe.
No, I get it. I get it, Derek. Yes,
it's fucking boring comparatively.
I'm just being a jackass.
Yeah, because I'm like the Tea Party. I'm like, okay,
maybe the Civil War has to be the coolest thing. Actually,
it's the craziest thing for sure.
Or no, the what you call it? No, it's just no.
Bro, America's not that old, man.
1812.
It ain't that old.
Alamo's kind of sort of cool, but even less.
I say the Civil War. The Civil War is the craziest thing to happen because, like, even when us being in the World Wars, we weren't. They didn't touch. They touched Hawaii, but that was just a harbor. And then that's it. It wasn't like, say, fucking all the major countries in Europe, like crazy shit has happened for thousands of years.
That's the only time they could have done it too. Isn't that crazy? That was the last time they could have done some fuck shit like that.
Yeah, they really wasted that opportunity.
Crazy. They had the perfect chance. They could have pulled up on us and did some wild shit. We could have been speaking Dutch or some shit, but they were pussy. And now if you do that, you guys will go missing. You guys are pussy clot, blood clot, pussy.
Yo, 60 feet.
Damn.
60 feet tall is so crazy. I've bought in like Ethernet cables that are that length. Like that is so
60
crazy.
is pretty tall, dude.
That's true. I mean, I bought 120 feet.
It's pretty big. It's
Really?
pretty big, but it's also
120 feet.
They have those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
How big is a story of a building?
I have
Well,
no
one
idea.
story's not that tall. The one story I would imagine is probably like 15 feet maybe?
Probably 15 to 20.
11, 12, but I can be
15 to
wrong.
20?
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
11, 12?
I think it's probably like
I'll say 15,
10 to
20.
11.
Yeah, whatever.
Not 10 to
I don't
11.
know.
10 to 15 is what I assume. I think story is contextual though. Like I don't think there is such thing as a story.
A measurement
in, like,
of
specific
story.
definition. I think a story is just one floor of
It's
a
just a
building, and
floor.
however big that floor is. Yeah, however big that floor is whatever that story would be. But yeah, I don't know. It's
How
like
big
that's
is a story in feet?
that's somewhat underwhelming to me. I don't know.
Oh, it's under. So it's about just under 14 feet is about a story is.
That's about right.
Yeah, there you go.
So-
Yeah. But yeah, look at you're right,
That's
Chris.
nearing
but-
like 5 stories. That's
Right, but that's
pretty
right,
big.
right.
Cares
Right,
about
but what
that
I'm saying is
shit.
like that's like the building I used to live
never
in
wanna see that shit.
Yonkers that had 6 floors, and it's like, yeah, it's big, but like I wouldn't go to North Dakota to see it.
What's the
I
thing?
agree.
Wherever the fuck it is.
When
You're not
the fuck-
American though. You're not a red-blooded American.
But I feel like we're talking about something like redundant because it's like, who the fuck really do you know wants to go see that shit? I don't know a
Right,
single
Red-blooded
soul.
Americans.
No, even Americans. I'm talking about our peers. Has anybody like, oh man, dude, we got to go to fucking
Marco, my only friend. My only friend that ever said he wanted to see
country
it.
and go see some rocks with I'm like, I can see their faces on money and dumb shit everywhere. Like, who cares? It's like it's not even
Yeah.
pretty rocks. Like, say you go to like Sedona or something and go to like the Devil's Ridge or whatever the fuck, and that looks amazing. Like, I'd way rather do that. I would do that again soon than go fucking over there and see
Yeah,
that.
you'd rather
I don't
spend
give a
time
fuck
with the
about most
devil.
American landmarks,
You'd
I'm
rather
being
spend time with the
honest.
devil than hang out with our founding fathers. I hear you. I understand.
That's actually real shit.
Well, most of them think that should be property. So no, I'd rather not hang out with them.
No, most
that's
of
a good
them
point.
no.
That's a good point.
Most of them, no. No, you should. You should. Only one of them would argue against it, and they kill him again.
Come here, boy. Come here.
Oh my god. Anyway,
I've never really thought about the like.
We're doing it again.
Because I wonder what is the biggest structure in a man-made structure, right? Isn't it someplace in Dubai?
Probably
it's just
now.
it's literally no. It's I think it's like a Sears.
So in
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Can you how disappointed?
This is why I want to be.
How
This is why I want to be in
No.
person. This is why I want to be in person because I just wanted to just leave the fucking premise in a very like nice way, like in a real time way. Just be like that was so dumb that I.
You don't
don't
think it's you don't think? No, honestly, I think it's like some
Okay,
spire
which
in
Sears?
Dubai.
Which Sears?
There's one in Philadelphia that's 90 stories tall.
Yeah, it's in Dubai.
90
the
stories
Sears.
tall.
Yeah, the Sears is in Dubai.
It is the Buraj Khilafi.
that is the big-
Khalifi? I can't
Khalifi.
fucking pronounce Middle Eastern
Burj,
words.
Yeah, I know
Burj
people-
Khalifa. Is that what you're trying to say? God damn it!
Yeah.
Khalifa, there you go.
I know people. They'll
Jesus
see the
Christ.
sunset twice or some shit. They'll like go to the top, watch it set, then they'll go
What?
down the elevator and watch it set again or some shit like that or some bullshit.
That's bananas.
Something like
it's like
that.
21,000 feet. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's almost as
wouldn't
big as
wanna
the
be
Sears.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit more than 160 stories.
Anyway,
Oh, it's called stories, dude.
What is the?
yeah, I don't know.
What is the furthest layer of the? When we talk about the atmosphere, like the layers. Which one's the? Which one's the
Oh, I
last
don't
one?
know.
Stratosphere.
There's stratosphere.
There's the terrasphere.
I guess I have to look it up because I
There's
I don't remember it. I don't remember.
So
Yeah, I don't remember
atmosphere.
the layers of the atmosphere.
There's the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, then the exosphere.
Exo.
Exosphere is descending out where gravity still exists pretty much from the Earth. Yeah, exosphere is the farthest place out.
Okay, so can we build a Sears in the exosphere?
Yes.
That'd be if that got passed, I'd become an assassin. If we're wasting money on stuff like that, I gotta make a difference.
They just have washing machines and refrigerators at the very top.
Yeah,
I would get physical at that moment. I'm like, I have to do something because we're wasting our money. Actually, I have to do something now. Something needs to happen now.
They got to do something bold if they're going to claw their way back into relevance, and that I think just might be building a store in the exosphere. You know, like no one's gonna go to.
Sorry.
Like,
we can't fund Palestinians. We can't fund Ukrainians.
Education.
We can't give you education, healthcare. We must build a Sears that reaches to the furthest the limitations of the earth.
When New York floods in 25 years, when New York is underwater, we're just gonna turn it into New Venice. That's it.
That's how you handle that. That's exactly how you handle that.
It would the New Venice, dude.
Yeah, it essentially would be. That's such a fascinating. Imagining what New York's gonna look like in that time, because it's never going to be underwater because like that happens too slowly for that to really be the case. But like, man, that is fascinating. You'd have to have like a tsunami or something,
dude. The climate change is gonna be crazy. When we like, you remember New York subways and we're 35, we're like 50. Remember how New York had subways? We're gonna be able to say that, and I'll be like, yeah, that was crazy.
It's gonna be like
until the sharks took them over. Until there's sharks in New York.
That's crazy. They're gonna have to like turn them into submarines, dude. That's gonna be crazy.
It's probably gonna be water lines, like water lines.
You'll have daily
cool as shit.
You'll have daily Ocean Gate explosions. Every day.
Every day they keep doing. They keep rebuilding.
Because it's so damn cheap. It's only $275. It's only $275 for a ride, man. It's like it's so cheap.
That'd be wild, dude.
Impractical, but I'm here for it, and I want to be mayor.
The Bronx will be damn near underwater. I'm like, yeah, I'm from there. That building's submerged. Yeah. It wasn't when I was alive. I lived at the top. I would have been fine.
I've only been in New York twice. I don't know nothing about New York, but I want to be your mayor. What's up?
No, you don't.
Dude, I think a lot about.
I want to be your mayor in New York City. I want to be.
City's fucked, dude.
I think a lot about that submarine, honestly, and how like universal the celebration of that whole thing was. Like everybody was laughing at those people.
Yeah.
Who just fucking.
It was funny until I realized the kid didn't want to go. It was really funny till that.
It's still fun. I'm sorry.
I think it's so unfortunate he died.
It's like that's a dark part of it, but it's still overall funny. Yeah.
Bro, me and my friend were sending each other memes left and right about it.
Yeah.
When I saw the visualization of how it happened, bro, I was like, "That's insane."
Dude, when I
real quick, and then they didn't feel anything.
When I saw my mom and dad and sister making jokes about it, that was when like I was like, "Yo, we really like." If I was a rich person, I'd be fucking. I would be so scared. Cause like I really do feel like it's just this. We're at this point where it's like, yeah, like if they die, awesome.
Eat
like
the rich.
That's great.
I literally want to eat the rich. Like I feel it. Eat them.
Yeah, I would love to eat them. Like if you plopped Elon Musk on a skewer in front of me, on like spit roasted on top of like an open flame, I'd eat him. At least a little bit.
I would let somebody eat him first because I feel like he's contaminated with something. God damn.
That's crazy.
He just wants all these shirts like eat the rich, fuck the rich. He's gonna have all these crazy ass. But I fuck him though.
Oh man.
I mean,
all right.
What do we? They got good clean parts. Yeah, I'd fuck them too.
Fuck him though.
No way. What is this? It's so funny. So Dexerto or however, I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce the name of this website. Dexerto.
I don't either. It's
not
dude.
Dexero. It's not Dexero.
Dexero?
It's not Dexero because you can read the if you just look at it, there's no T after the X. But I just saw this thing 5 hours ago. 50 Cent reportedly sold his documentary "Did He Do It?" about Diddy to Netflix. so Netflix is shopping. You know, they're looking around. I didn't even know that existed.
Insane.
That he had a fucking documentary.
That's great. Somebody just put out one.
Hell.
Like somebody. Oh wait, you know what? It was just I think it was just on YouTube or something. Or you know what? I can't remember. My brain's been too fried in the past week, but I remember seeing somebody working for Diddy. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Disregard that. It was actually I was thinking it's Kevin Spacey. Never mind. Never mind. I saw a Kevin Spacey thing where some guy like Kevin Spacey grabbed his like dick on the set or something.
Again?
This was a while ago when he was still working and doing that one show where he was Underwood. Like, I declare you have a nice penis. Yeah. You have, I say you have a nice penis, I declare. And then he just grabbed his dick, like, after they cut. And then I'm like, damn, dude, that's pretty bold of you. And then like, unzip your undergarments, and I will feast upon thy penis. Something like that. I don't remember the show.
That is what he said. That is a famous... Yeah, I don't remember it either.
Yeah,
I watched the first episode of that show so many times, and that's it. I could not get into it. I really couldn't.
I watched all of them. I just kind of... It's been years, I guess, so... I just remember him like...
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
Shameless? Yeah. House of Cards? Mm.
House of Cards. And he just like does this like meta fucking soliloquies and shit. Like he'll like little fucking... Oh, I guess commentary. I shouldn't say soliloquy, but... And then he'll just be like, say, this thing is happening. And like everybody's in the room and I'm like, wait, you can't see him?
It's literally just Foghorn. It's Foghorn Leghorn if he was a rapist. Basically, and in politics.
He was a rapist, murderer.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Don't say no, girl. That's all it is.
No. I was confused and gay. That's why I was
sexual harassing people. No in my lexicon, so you automatically said yes.
The very meaning of the word
jumps on him
like
a Wolverine. He's like Teen Wolf. He has another form where he morphs, and then he.
It's exactly. We should redo. We should retell House of Cards on the show.
Yeah,
we should make our own House of Cards where it's the House of Cards that we would have had if as somebody who's only seen one episode, I feel like that'd be pretty fun. I have no idea where that show goes, who's important, what characters. I just know Frank Underwood is there, and I've heard that he has a PS Vita. That's all I know about that show, is that he's a PlayStation fan and he's a corrupt politician or something. That's it.
Yeah, he plays a lot of Xbox too. So we got, and then you know who also plays a lot of Xbox? That means you're gay. Ice-T. So he will be in the show. So that's right. That's one part of it.
Yeah, we got to get Ice-T in there. They'll have a grand old time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move on to
or whatever?
Should we move on to questions? I guess.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, get some of our audience inquiries out of the way from over at patreon.com/thesnarktank.
Pussy.
$5 and $5 and up patrons can ask us a question, and then it'll be read on the show. So go over and check that out if you so wish. Our first question comes from Lily Drinking Piss is so disrespectful to her character. Wrote in. That's the name. Says, hey, Chris, Dalia, and friends. Watching Planet of the Apes got me thinking. At what point does an animal stop being an animal? Like, what if one day your dog starts talking but remains at the same level of intelligence? Are you still going to treat him the same? Or are you going to treat him differently since you know you can talk to him now? So,
animals are animals always. Everything that's alive on the planet that's like doesn't have a cell wall around their nucleus is an animal. So that's that. You're wrong. Think a little harder.
Well, yeah, people are animals.
Bio.
People are, but let's say for
dumbass.
for the sake of argument, we understand what he's talking about because he's talking about colloquially. Yeah. Like, what is an animal?
Yeah,
and it's like I think.
What is a woman?
I think chimps are on that line. Like they're on that line where they're clearly animals, but like there's an upsetting amount of similarities between them. I feel like at what point does an animal stop being an animal? I think when it can
stop being a beast. It's not an animal. It's not being a beast. They're no longer beasts when they're able to understand, like cognitively understand the world around them. That's it. At that moment, you cannot validate having them in cages.
Well, they just have consciousness.
Doing tests on like that. Yeah, when they get conscious, it's like, okay, you're a person. You may not be a human, but you're a person.
You're aware of who you are.
Yeah,
and what things are when you examine them. You're not like my friend's dog who, that lion statue came to life in the Ghostbusters, and the dog starts fucking barking at the screen, thinking that there's a lion in the house. You know what I mean? Like shit like that's funny as fuck. But
like the
I
most
would say-
dog,
movie.
like rights, like rights.
I
I
would
like,
say-
yo, dog, I know what's going on. I'm like, bet you got to pay rent now, but
I
you
would,
get
I would
everything I
say,
get now.
that's awesome.
I would say when an animal can cognitively ask me to stop hurting it. That's when it's like no longer like if I'm beating up a cow and it turns to me and it says stop, hurts.
It can already
I
kind
feel
of
like
do that though. That's such a
no,
wild place.
it can't really
They
do
can
that. It
literally
can't-
screech, signifying you're hurting them. They can't
Yeah,
tell
but
you
how do-
stop because
yeah, but Kingston,
they
how
don't
do I know
speak
that's
human.
Kingston, how do I know that's hurt? How do I know that's just not
Because
how
what
it's
happens
how
is
it,
you can. So what you can do is you can do this test right where you set an animal or you burn an animal right, and it'll make the same sound it's making the same way it's making it when you're punching and stomping on it, right? And that's how you signify
Yeah.
you're hurting it.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
it
simple
can't
test.
ask you. No, yeah, well, it can
can't
tell
do
you
that.
that
It may
it's-
never be able to do
can't-
that.
It can tell you that it's hurt. It can't ask you to stop, and that's what I'm talking about. Like it needs to be able to. It
So
needs to be able to
never,
turn and
probably.
say, "Well, I'm never say never, man. You never know. Sometimes, one of these days, a fucking leopard might turn around and be like, "Stop it, sir." But I
Well, they
would
can't. They
bet.
don't have the vocal cords to do it.
Stop.
Well,
it.
they would be like, "Harm, I don't know what they would do. I don't know what they would do exactly, but that's what it would have to do. Like that's why I don't care about. That's why I don't really value fish as animals, really, because like if I could cut your entire body out and you would look so indifferent, like you wouldn't even frown any more than you normally
They
are.
can't emote.
Yeah,
They
that's
can't
like
emote. That's
sucks
why we
for.
don't
Yeah,
fucking
they just
care
go
about 'em.
bop, 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 bop. That's all they can do.
Yeah, I can't. I would.
That's how motherfuckers can throw crabs inside of boiling things of water. It's crazy, dog.
It's insane. It's insane.
I don't even eat crab. I don't eat seafood, but I think that shit is brutal as fuck. Just
pretty
throwing them
brutal.
in boiling water.
It's extremely
It's like,
brutal.
yo.
It's extremely fucked
Crabs
up.
are.
But, you know.
I like crabs though. Crabs are cute.
Dude, seeing Asian people have fucking whole ass little mazes for them to kill themselves at the end is like,
Well, it's definitely it is a cultural thing of it's what you know how we have like there are signs this person's kind of a sociopath or a psychopath or whatever. There are things that behavior they've considered normal, like even eating things alive. Like that is a
Right.
complete disregard for like any type of well-being of something, and just watching it torture.
Yeah.
That
shit's
be,
crazy.
like
don't
being
give a fuck.
tortured.
It's nothing to them. It's
kind
like
of
whatever.
nuts. It's kind of nuts. It's
Yeah, I
over
couldn't-
here we
I
would
couldn't
think
do
that's
that to-
psychotic,
I-
and then
I couldn't do that to any animal that I felt like, because I remember I saw a video. The video that changed my mind about crabs was like I saw a video of a crab that had like sand on its eyes, and then it like put its eyes away, and then like wiped them off, and then put them back up, and I was like, that's adorable. I like crabs. I like crabs now. I would never. I still wouldn't eat them because that's gross, because they're fucking bugs. But they're cute, and so I wouldn't like torture a crab.
delicious, man.
That's like
unfortunately.
insane. Unfortunately for them.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
The Kingston I am right now, let's say like situations happen, I have to move back to Tatola or St. Thomas and live there with my grandma's family. I would probably become a vegetarian because of how much it would hurt me having to kill animals the way they do. But if I grew up there, that would just be life, you know? Like, just
Obviously,
life, like,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
right
if you
now,
go- yeah.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't. They're like, go out there, kill that. You know that cow that got born and you played with, and you would run around and you'd feed it and you'd pet it every morning. Go out there and put a bolt in its head, and then chop its head off, skin it, bring it back. We finna eat good. I'd be like,
Yeah, you see that? That I couldn't do. I couldn't get
can't
dirty
do
with
that.
it.
No, yeah, we're way too domesticated, man, for anything
I could,
like that.
I could do it, but I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't eat the animals though.
I would eat the chickens.
Whatever.
I never be an animal. I couldn't do it.
I could
I'll be
easily
honest,
play with
I'm
the chicken.
on the cusp.
I could play.
What?
I could play with a chicken one day and eat it the next, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
chickens.
not like I'm.
That's like barely.
Seeing
no one's
people
home.
do that is
No one's
crazy.
home with
My
a chicken.
grandmother will go out there. She'll go out there with an axe.
It's
My
ridiculous.
little old grandma will go out there with a little axe. She'll coach the pig to come to her, and then she'll finish it off herself. And she'll be like, "All right, Kingston,
Yeah.
we're having freaking panille." And I'm like, "Grandma, you were playing with it." She'll be like, "Yeah, I made it happy before it died." Because that's how they think. That's how they think.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I treated it really nice before it died. It was friendly. I was friends with it.
Yeah,
then I took its head off.
There's also a lot of
what?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
that's right. If any way to do it, that is the right way to do it, I guess. But like, Lord, it seems so barbaric.
Like if it was, if you had to do it in, it's just we're just in a day and age where you don't have to do that anymore. Like there are places that they don't have the type of luxuries that we have, so they still need to hunt and kill their food, right? They still need to do it.
Right.
But in, like, say, first world countries, there's no excuse other than capitalism and just people selfishly thinking that, it tastes too good. I couldn't care less about the environment. Because it really to me, it more comes down to the destruction of our species and the climate that to support our species, that we just keep letting it happen, and then we keep having kids and not solving any problems, and then we just leave the problems with them. Where I'm at the point where I'm old enough that I'm like, you know what, dude? Personally, myself, I'm gonna probably stop contributing to the problem, and I could never be militant and tell anybody anything else because I just don't care at this point about what other people are doing. If everything's gonna go down in flames, fair enough. But just me on my own conscience, I'm like, you know what? I probably should be vegetarian with a start. I should probably do things to not further contribute to the destruction of everything, because then it's otherwise it's
but now
you can't talk shit and then keep contributing to this shit.
But now let me ask you guys. Let me pose a question to you guys. What? Start with Kingston. Kingston, what's your favorite food? Like your favorite food, like the food that
chicken.
you think about, like curry chicken?
Curry chicken and white rice, bro, with mixed vegetables.
All right. Derek, what's your favorite food?
Bean and cheese burrito.
Okay. If let's say for instance,
so simple, but I respect it.
Kingston's is a little redundant because it is an animal, but let's say for whatever reason there was an animal that was, for all intents and purposes, curry chicken and white rice. And they were running around, right? Would you be able, could you kill them for it? Could you kill the animal that is your favorite food because it is your favorite food?
Kingston, right now, no. Because
I easily
I'm soft.
If
not
there
a
were
barbarian.
dude, if there were little pizzas running, if I had to kill a pizza, if there was a pizza running around, in a farm somewhere, a bunch of little pizzas running around, you had to kill them to eat them.
And that's
the
only way.
God, dude.
And that's the only way. That's the only way to get them.
It's the only way to get them.
Because in that, so
you have to go to the farm. How do you feel about that,
Kingston? About your chicken curry? If the only way to have chicken curry
right now, Kingston, right now, I don't think so.
So you'd give up, you're not eating chicken curry anymore?
What if it's the cute? Because what if it's the cutest thing ever? What if it's a little puppy, and it comes up to you, it nuzzles up to you. It licks your.
It's not gonna be as cute as a puppy. It's a fucking pizza.
And then it does. What if to get it? You have to kill an animal that looks like a puppy, and it does that thing. You know the bond. You know that bond thing dogs do, where they look at you and you're like, "No, it's happening. It's happening. We're bonding." And then your eyes lock, and you're like, "Oh, I love you."
You would still fucking spin around like Astaroth and fucking Soul Calibur, just chop its head off or something.
I would grab it and I would just crush it.
God damn.
The thing about it is good food. The thing about it is that good food brings me so much meaning, and it is one of the things that I really, really love about being alive. So to
oh, for sure, yeah.
To just be never mind. It's just I might as well just die, really. What the fuck? What, I'm gonna eat cabbage and hot water for the rest of my life? Like a fucking psycho?
No,
well, the thing is,
that's not the only food that's available. Cabbage and hot water.
The thing
is that what you just said?
Where it's turning into that. First and foremost, I really don't have to eat animals to have delicious meals. That is slowly and surely. The older I get,
but your favorite food is an animal.
My favorite food is an animal. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But I can have delicious food that just isn't an animal.
Like what?
I think lamb is delicious. I'd argue it's probably the best tasting meat. Maybe right after chicken, because chicken you can prepare it. The way you prepare it is so good. But lamb is phenomenal, and I just don't eat lamb because I had a lamb before. So I was like, I don't want to eat it because I've had this animal and it was very sweet and it got killed and it bothered me. So I was like, I just don't eat that.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about one thing. Lab-grown meat. Where are you guys at with that?
If it's healthy, if it doesn't obstruct my life, and it tastes as good, there's literally no reason to not eat it.
So definitely. Wait, let me hear what you say, Chris.
If they can convince me that it like if it is so good that it convinces me 100% that it is real meat, and it isn't, like, then I'm totally on board. My issue with vegan meat and like that kind of thing is that like I have never had like people have done this. Well, what is it then? What do you mean? Isn't that the whole point of this?
It's lab grown meat.
It's literally lab grown.
Lab grown meat is meat. It's just lab grown. So it's basically in the way that you can get natural diamonds and lab grown diamonds.
I guess. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, what I mean, I guess, by that word is it's meat that comes at no harm or no cost to a living being. That's what it is, right? Yeah. That's what I mean. I guess. Yeah, if I'm convinced by it, then cool. That's great, actually. Like, I wouldn't mind that at all. The issue right now is, like, I've dated vegans before, and I've, like, had friends who are vegan. Like, every time this will happen, they will get me food, right? And they will pretend like they've gotten me, like, real chicken or, like, a real beef. And then I'll be eating it, and I'll, like, I won't say anything because they bought me the food, and I'm not going to complain about, like, free food or whatever.
Like, this tastes like ass.
I'll be like, this either doesn't taste very good or this tastes like very, very wrong. And then they'll go, so how do you like the food? And I'll be like, out of politeness, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's good. And then they'll be like, well, guess what? That's not real meat. And in my brain, I'm going like, I know.
It's fake, right?
Yeah, I like in my brain, I'm like, I know, dude. Oh, I know. I know this isn't real
asshole.
Fucking chicken. Are you daft? You know how much chicken I've eaten?
The chicken is paste. I didn't know it was paste. Wow, thanks.
Yeah, like there's always that conversation that happens. It's like, but if that happened to me, if that happened, right, and I genuinely couldn't tell, I'd be stoked. That's great. That's sick. I don't mind that at all.
I think it's almost ludicrous or barbaric for someone to choose to want it, not want it, if that was the case.
Well,
like, if you didn't want that substitute, because God forbid, it can be made healthier. It can be enriched in ways that other food probably can't in certain ways.
See, that's the thing. It will be superior, 100%. It will, within time. It'll also be disease-free, which is one of the best things about, like, because how disgusting most farms are. And now, because, it's a business. It's not about keeping everything up to tippy-top shape, right?
The sad part is that it may affect the existence of animals to a degree, to a huge degree, which is sucky. But it's really unfortunate. It's like, God, like, if
what the hell are you talking about?
If we stopped eating chickens as much, and we started getting lab-grown chickens that were fucking plumper, more healthy, fucking less cholesterol bred into them, higher fucking gives you more tests or whatever the fuck it does, right? Chickens are gonna go extinct relatively quickly because no one's gonna give a fuck about chickens. No one's gonna give a fuck about cows anymore. There's gonna be
maybe the broilers.
Cows, some people like cows, but no one loves chickens.
See, that's the thing,
like,
but like,
I love chickens.
If they're going extinct because, like, say how there's a lot of animals that have gone. Most animals on Earth have gone extinct already. Right. If they go extinct, if they didn't actually serve this is me being ignorant. Yeah. I don't know about the purpose that they would serve, like, free-range wild chickens or whatever the fuck. I don't even know if that's a thing. But my point being, they are in abundance to be consumed. So at that point, I don't care. Like, them not exist. Like, I just don't need animals to be raised specifically to be slaughtered. Like, that's the thing that I would love to avoid. And, it's going to be, because the propaganda's already coming out. The meat industry is already pushing back against the labs that are already just doing it. They're already doing it, and they're already, I don't want that mutant shit. And, like, I was just talking to a couple of my friends from back home, and their reaction was that natural reaction to be like, I don't want that mutant shit and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, the stuff that we've already put in our fucking bodies from growing up as teenagers. Mutated. Nigga, we were drinking King Cobra's Hurricane, like, malt liquor. God knows what the fuck is in that bullshit. That, like, people
don't know what words mean. People don't know what things
shoe
mean,
polish
right?
and
rice
like
radiation,
in those drinks.
Nuclear power. It's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You have no clue. You know radiation comes from fire. You know fire is radiation. And they're like, what are you? So is light. They're like, what are you talking? You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, no, dude. Like, open a book and half decently read up on, like, anything the world will become much, much more simple, but also terrifying, but way more simple at the same time.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I don't even, because I'm not some fucking advocate like militant motherfucker. I don't care. Whatever, people do their thing. I just think it's gonna happen slowly but surely. Like in the same way, almond milk. People thought almond milk wasn't gonna be here to stay, but it is now an option everywhere. It is an option that is everywhere, and eventually, I think it'll probably be more of a mainstay. Especially when people discover vanilla almond milk. A lot of motherfuckers just don't understand. They'll get regular almond milk. I don't like this. They could put the vanilla in it. It'll change your fucking life,
dude,
bro.
I fought soy milk for a long time, right? I fought soy for a long
pussy.
time, right?
Soy, you pussy.
No, because that was the thing before almond milk.
Soy,
almond came popping. It was soy.
It was soy milk.
It was, my grandmother was like, we'll drink soy because my grandma's lactose intolerant, right? And since she's educated, she was like, I'm not going to drink this years before everybody else started not drinking it, right?
Yeah, whatever, soy boy.
You whatever, queer. But,
yeah.
So what happened is my grandmother made...
So much good.
My grandmother made pancakes with vanilla soy milk once. She made it one time, and my tune completely changed about soy milk. It made I've had better pancakes now because I've left America and dumb shit like that. But at that age, they were such good fucking pancakes. I was like, these are insane. Just I just used soy milk this one time, and I was like, it's good. I don't drink almond milk really too often. I usually drink lactate-free milk.
Yeah,
but eventually, like when milk is just not a thing anymore, like it is before, like not like in the future, I'll drink almond milk. I think it tastes good.
It's good, bro. Like I'll get like a Special K with the chocolate shavings in it.
It's so rich too.
Vanilla almond milk. It's the best bowl of cereal you ever fucking have, man. It's the best bowl of cereal you ever fucking have. Like, except for the fucking dark chocolate sinks. That's the only problem. It's the only fucking problem.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else everybody's got. Yeah. Emilio wrote in. Emilio wrote in. He says, "Hey fellas, would you rather be turned topsy-turvy in a shitty porta potty for a year, or have the entire world's population line up and smack you as hard as possible one time? Thanks for the laughs." Well, the second one's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Eventually, the other one's gonna kill you. But it's like how fast you want to be killed, though. I think that's kind of what that is.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is
because eventually the trauma, you're gonna get cut up, and then all the shit's gonna get in your
ventilation?
Cuts. I don't think so.
No means of ventilation. Yeah, I'll take the slaps and fuck it.
Just to
I'll take the slaps and then die.
Get over with.
Yeah, yeah, you'll die probably within the first probably within the first 50 slaps. You're dead, so you're not gonna make it through like.
I thought it was simultaneously. Wasn't it simultaneously?
Oh, once. Boo! The light comes out for you. You die.
Did I?
No. It says one at a time. One at a time.
That's what it says.
As hard as they can. Yeah. I'm reading it. Yeah, it says smack you as hard as possible, one at a time.
Oh, I swear I thought I heard simultaneously. Okay.
And rabbits, can I pace them out?
No.
Okay. One of that doesn't exactly mean in immediate succession.
No, because what does that mean? Does that mean you could just leave the porta potty and go to bed and then just return to it like the next day in shifts? Like what do you?
Well, no, you're trapped in it for a year, right? Well, for
but that's a year. But you could say that for a year's. No, but Kingsley, you could say that for like a year's time. Like you could spend like 365 days trapped in the porta potty as long as you portion it out. We can't be doing that. It's either in the moment or not.
A year straight, that's different. This is not a big. This
it
is
doesn't say
a real.
It doesn't say a year straight. Is what I'm saying. It just says for a year.
What does it say?
Oh my god!
Well, then for you didn't ironclad it enough. You didn't ironclad this enough, buddy.
I read it as it was.
You gotta ironclad it. You gotta no, not you, the person, not you, the person. You gotta ironclad this shit. You gotta spend a year in a porta potty.
He said for a year.
I'll do an hour. I'll do hour maybe for 2 hours. Jump out. Hour maybe 2 hours. Jump out. Then I might die before I finish, or I might finish. Whatever. You gotta ironclad this.
Yeah, that's some good lawyering skills right there.
People don't know how words work. That's the thing.
If you have to do, if
you gotta ironclad your shit.
If it is you are in the situation, then I would take the slaps, and you can't get out of it. But if it's like you can portion it out, I would take the porta potty because that's just shifts. You're probably not gonna die. I don't want to have to be assaulted. Yeah, that's seems like the way that we would go about it.
I would just glove and vent. I would glove it. I would glove my face. I would cover my face. I'd put a little vent out the thing so I could breathe.
Could you read the second part again, just one more time? I want to fully understand it.
Says, hey fellas,
I
would
just
you
said
rather
the
be
second
turned
part.
well, too late. Would you rather be turned topsy-turvy in a shitty porta potty for a year, or have the entire world's population line up and smack you as hard as possible one time?
Yeah, see, like even the way that he says that, the entire thing one time. So it doesn't say it could be taken in a very see the way the way that he worded it, I would be like, okay, the entire world population try to slap me one time. There's probably only going to be like 10, 15 people that are going to be able to slap me because they're all going to like have to do it one time. And I'm going to say at the same time because it doesn't specify. It doesn't say one after another. It doesn't. So I'm lowering my skills. Okay, everybody, entire world population, slap me on 3, 2, 1, and I'll get slapped really hard by a lot of people, and most people
might die
miss.
still. You can for the biscuit.
I can definitely I'll probably be knocked out for sure. Like I think with the guaranteed like trauma and the concussion.
And then people are still hitting you while you're out.
Yeah, so they just get more in. They're like, oh wait, I'll just make up for the other people that can't slap me.
I missed, my bad. Somebody slapping. I'm not gonna look that up. I was about to look up some unconscious people getting slapped. But it's gonna be funny for a moment, then it's gonna get really sad.
It's not. I hate seeing people get hit when they're out, dude. I hate it. It's like, damn,
dude,
they're already done.
I saw a video. Some guy
done.
punched a guy, comboed him up, and he was dazed. He was doing the wobble, and I was like, no. And then he roundhouse kicked him, and I was like, what the fuck? This isn't a video game. This isn't Street Fighter. You don't do that to somebody. That is a living, breathing person.
You see that guy get sucker kicked? Because, you've seen a sucker punch before, but a dude walks up to a guy and sucker kicks him and knocks him out. It's crazy. Because I've never seen that before in my life. He walks up to some guy and just kicks him in the face. So much. And I was like, yo, that's way worse than getting punched. Goddamn.
I look at somebody get sucker kicked.
It's nuts.
Man. All right, let's see. Better to come in the sink than to sink in the cum road. And he says, greetings, boys. A while back, my aunt fell down the conspiracy rabbit hole and now believes the war in Ukraine is not actually happening and Bill Gates is putting microchips in vaccines. This made me wonder, were people always this crazy? Has misinformation online really turned normal people into unhinged lunatics, or did these people always exist in society and the internet has just made them louder and more self-assuring in their delusions?
I think gathered them, increased them more.
I think it is definitely increased, but they've always had the potential to be crazy. And the thing that has made them to have the potential to be crazy is, particularly in this country, let's speak about the United States, most people in this country are religious, which gives them the opportunity to be as insane as you want. Because if you already believe, say a Judeo-Christian like tale or something, it's already unhinged, right? But we just accept it, right? We just accept it. But when you actually just think about it outside of like, this is my belief, or like, this is the craziest shit I've ever fucking read. So since you already believe crazy shit, it's not that hard to jump down and think, oh, somebody I trust is telling me that Bill Gates is putting microchips in this thing. And you don't have to vet anything because you didn't vet the story that you some zombie. You worship a zombie. Like, nigga, like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah,
that's so.
Yeah, I just think that's the problem. You say it's disrespectful, but it's not. It's real.
True.
It's true. You worship a zombie.
Yeah, it is objectively insane, and I don't know, man. I think what happens is, I don't know. So I'll put it this way. I think what happened is the internet and a lot of like modern communication gave these people a link to each other that they didn't otherwise have. I can't remember who said this, but I've heard this before, where like it was okay to have the village idiot, right? Or like the village crazy person, because everybody in the village would be like, oh, that's the village idiot. But now the village idiots are in like a forum together, and now every village idiot has formed their own kind of like idiot village.
Group of village idiots, yeah.
And now like they are like kind of sharing and socializing and growing and spreading in a way that they probably couldn't before, because before they would have just been laughed at or they just wouldn't be taken seriously. And I think that's really what you're seeing. And I do think what you're seeing in your family is that, yeah, the potential has always been there, but they weren't touched by that potential because they were sheltered from it. in some way because those village
exactly.
idiots could only exist in so much density. But yeah, no, I agree. I think like I actually see this a lot where like oftentimes, and this is so funny how often this is true. Even when you talk about like some of like the most annoying like left-leaning people, it just so happens, and this might be just a complete luck of the draw on how many of these people I've decided to look into, but a lot of them, a shocking amount of them, grew up religious and eventually changed, like shifted into a completely like, okay, I'm the opposite now, but are equivalently crazy. And I'm not saying that's most people, by the way. I'm just saying like certain people who I've chosen to look into. It's very fascinating. But like I do think religion opens you up to that, because if you're being asked from an early age to ignore what your eyes are telling you, or to ignore what like the rules of the world are telling you, it's like, oh, something dies and then it's gone forever.
Exactly there.
Right, but like, oh, but your dog's dead, and it's like, and it's never coming back, sweetie. But Jesus came back, and it's like, and then you're forced to be like, what? But like, wait, why? And then there's no answer to that question, and then you're just meant to accept it. And then if you can accept that, you're going to accept all sorts of crazy. And I know that like I understand that might seem like condescending. I'm sure there's probably a lot of religious people listening to this who are probably frustrated. But like, I mean, you have to own the fact that that's real. Like that is just true. Like it must be.
You have to take things. You have to take things on a very faith-based thing in religion, which is fucking. It's ludicrous at times. I think that
it's ludicrous at all times. I'm be honest. I mean, like that.
I don't understand why. Like,
having faith at times feels ludicrous most of the time, and at times it is straight up ludicrous to have faith in situations that are just obviously they are what they are. But what happens is that religion, it's such a weird thing to talk about, because a lot of people learn good things from religion, right? A lot of people learn good things. Like some people become better people from religion. Some people, not all, not most. Never say that, but some gain good things from religion, right?
Right.
But what happened is, the problem is that religion asks you to give up a lot of the agency you would have naturally, which is inherently problematic and stupid, in hopes that this creature of divinity is going to rectify your problems. You know, like when bad things happen and motherfuckers say pray about it, it's like, dog, what is pray about it gonna do? Other than I mean, and there's benefit to it. It's you unloading these things that are frustrating you, but praying about it won't fix the problem itself. It'll just help me affirm that the problem exists.
The thing to me is like, the thing to me about faith is like look, there are things that I have faith in that are not like religious or anything. There's just like things that I am choosing, things that I choose to believe, despite like they're deep unlikelihood. But no one there's nobody that I would get defensive about that over. You know what I mean? Like no one would be like, oh, that doesn't make sense, and I would be like, no, you don't make sense. Like you have to acknowledge that that's just like, okay, faith is a psychological tool that you can use yourself to get through things, but it's not like objectively real. Like it's not like a true thing. And if you can accept that and like own that, that's great. That's perfectly fine. You're not the people that we're talking about. Because you're just a mature person.
I think faith is kind of exclusively religious, and I think what we,
I don't think so.
People that are secular is trust.
Hope, yes. I guess.
The word is trust.
Well, I guess so. I guess so.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I don't care what you say. That is, faith is tied to. It's like it's a divinity thing. There are certain words that are tied to. Of course, you can have
faith. Faith means.
It is something that brushes out into something. It's like people saying God bless. It doesn't just mean literally God bless anymore. Like in a social sense, it has changed. The lexicon has changed, but in a literal sense.
In that argument, yes, you're right.
No, but that is the whole fucking point of what I'm talking about. Is a faith. If I need to differentiate, because faith is something that is just. This is just, there is nothing in reality that makes sense about this, but I am going to have faith in this anyway. Versus something that is just like, I trust in this person, and even if maybe they may not be a trustworthy person, you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're going to give them some trust. You know, like that. You're going to be like, I trust this person's going to take care of me. I trust the pilot in the plane is going to land us, to the destination safely. And faith is, I kind of have faith that God's going to take care of us, and and not the pilot itself. That's typically
I
what
don't know
that
if
actually means.
I don't know if I really agree.
I agree with Derek in his words. I think the word I use better is hope. I think hope would be a better word.
Hope,
than
hope
faith
is
at
more.
that moment.
Hope is more
would be a
accurate
much
than
better
trust.
word.
I think.
Yeah.
Like I think because
Hope works too, but faith is usually assurance, and hope is you're unassured. You just hope something.
Yeah,
happens.
that's why. It's a better word is hope.
Yeah, exactly. So like faith is like, I've been on this. Oh my God, I've been stuck on this desert island for 3 days. I don't think anything's going to come to help me, but like, for my own sake, I have to believe that I can survive this. Because if I give up now, then I'm totally dead. That's
you have
faith to me. It's like, despite overwhelming odds.
That's actually what hope is.
It's
I
like,
thought you were going to say hope. That's actually
that's faith, hope,
faith
whatever.
is,
Like that's kind of what we're talking about.
Faith is supposed to be not. You think that something's going to happen for sure. You have faith in it.
No, I don't think faith is necessarily the absence of doubt. I think faith is. Well, no, because faith literally is defined as complete trust or confidence in someone or something, right?
What?
That's literally that's the definition of what faith is. It's not necessarily religious. It's colloquially religious, but it's
right. But what you were just saying is not faith.
What is it?
What? No, hope is unassured, but you hope something happens. You hope something happens. Faith is something is going to happen, but it's based off of nothing. It's based off of feeling.
Hope.
I would say trust is something is going to happen.
Some sort of
hope
means you have some sort of assurance.
Trust and faith or the
Here's what I'm
same
saying,
type
as somebody,
of thing,
as
except
someone,
for one is faith-based, one is secular.
Right.
That's the only difference. That's the only difference between faith and trust. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I was saying hope is you literally don't know.
I mean,
deep down, subconsciously, you probably think it's doom. Well, I don't even think that. I wouldn't even say it's semantic.
Well,
I would say
the literal definitions
I would say faith and trust
are
are semantics.
Right,
but we're talking about hope now. Those are two different. But we're not talking about that anymore. We were past that conversation. We're talking about hope versus faith.
Okay,
we were talking about that, like your desert island thing. But anyway, but that doesn't matter. That shit doesn't matter. But I just want to cap this.
Synonyms.
I just want to cap this with
trust are synonyms. Yeah.
I just want to cap this with. I think to listeners, if anybody's religious and listening to them and they're frustrated, look, man, I'm never coming at the person that believes. It's just, divinity in general is just fucking wacky, and people get upset with that because it is tied to their identity. I'm sorry, but that is just a thing that I respect people immensely that deal with it. Okay,
we'll put it this way: we hate the sinner, or we hate the sin, not the sinner, right?
To a certain extent,
that's kind of what it is. That's kind of how they put it, right? It's usually like, oh, we don't hate you because you're gay. We just hate gay. Like I don't hate you. I don't hate you because you're religious. I just hate religion.
Yeah, I guess so.
And if that is upsetting to you. If that is upsetting to you, then you kind of get why that's a problem. Then
that makes me sound like an idiot. So I don't really agree with that.
No. I'm putting it in a. I'm putting it in a.
Hate gay though. Hate gay.
I'm putting it in a facetious way.
Though, and it's like.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's just.
I just don't want
absurd it is.
I don't want to dance around. Whenever I talk about religious and its wackiness, I just don't want to dance around it because it's quote unquote disrespectful. I don't like doing that. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't think we should have to do that. And this is specifically in this country and in like say especially Islamic countries. It's way worse because I couldn't even say this. I'd probably be destroyed. I'd be absolutely obliterated.
You would get killed.
Anything I just said.
You'd try to be tough, and you would say your anti-religion shit, and then some dude would be like, "Oh yeah, say that to me now, so I can kill you."
A hand is grabbing me, and just fucking, I'm gone. I'm already
Americans
gone,
are lucky,
dude.
bro. We forget our luck sometimes, bro. That's why we go to other places and we try to act the same way, and it's like, yo. Remember where you're from.
Yeah, remember we have free speech and they don't. That's very true. That's very true.
We have sort of free speech, pretty much,
Right.
Sort of good. Sort is good, yeah. Sort of.
It's like every person that goes to the Caribbean and it's like, hey, stay on this trail. Don't leave this trail. Something or someone will take you. And they're like, I'm from Nebraska. It's like, all right.
All right, let's
Yeehaw.
get to this one. Galo,
and then you go and you disappear.
Let's move on to this guy. This is Galo 3 CBT wrote in. He says, "Hey boys, or hey boyos, You guys are always talking about the terrible places you've lived, which makes me wonder, do you have anything you liked about the terrible places you've lived? Like, was the Roach house in a convenient location? Yeah, I guess there's a lot of things that I liked about everywhere that I lived. It's just when we talk about like when we talk about like the bad when we talk about the bad things, we talk about them because the frustrating thing about the bad things is that they were so uniquely terrible. Like, what's frustrating about the roaches in like the apartments that I lived in is that they would be perfect apartments without them. Literally. Like, sincerely. Like, there would be no issue. Like, there's like the only other issue that we had in like the Olive one that we lived in was that the service indoors was terrible and you had to go outside to make phone calls. That was pretty bad. But like every other location that we lived in, there was like some minor inconvenience that was like, or some major, like one individual like major issue that made it, that kind of invalidated all the positive aspects of being there. But there was we lived in, the last building that we lived in together was like a really nice fucking building. Like, it had a nice pool, it had dope. A gym, it was like right across the street from everything. There was a food truck that was there every Tuesday.
On Tuesdays they'd have like lunch trucks there with various fucking, sometimes extremely bomb kinds of food. It was a dope experience.
Yeah, it had a great balcony. I love that balcony a lot, specifically. Sometimes I walk by it because I walk down there right now and it's like, look at that balcony, fucking great balcony. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the fun stuff or the good stuff isn't funny necessarily. And the stuff that is funny that we did talk about were like stories that happened at those apartments that we've definitely talked about. We'll definitely do one with Jalen when everything is set up in this office here. Because that's one that I'm really excited to do. Just like me, Kingston, and Jalen, just
man, that's gonna be
talking
crazy.
About these places.
That's gonna be crazy.
Talking. Yeah, that could be like we could.
You're gonna turn down the gain on his mic.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to get some. We're gonna have to figure some stuff out with that. But dude, like it. Yeah, I mean the first apartment that we lived in Glendale was very, very hot. It had no central air. The door opened into the living room, which was insane. So those are negatives, but it was cheap. It was on the top floor. It's a pretty good location, pretty close to a lot of things. Solid, like I loved a lot of things about those apartments. It's just roaches will supersede. I hate roaches so deeply that there's really no amount of amenities that you could put on top of that to make me be okay with living among bugs. Like, I can't do it.
It's really insane. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, because there's so many good moments, and I find the good moments that exist in our apartments all exist throughout all of the apartments.
Yeah, they're just like different versions.
Glendale was good in all of the Burbank places. Was good even in the next place I lived without my friend, like all my friends. Even like my worst apartment was the one I lived in before I moved in with my friend, because I lived with my friends and then I moved to Lily. But the one before I moved in with my friend, my new group of friends, that apartment was horrible. It was a sauna. I would go to bed and I would reach for cold out the window because it was so hot at nighttime. I would put my hand up to feel cold, and then I would pass out and I'd wake up in the morning. It was a horrible experience. But even there was good moments there. It's having my friends over, laughing, fucking me, Chris, and our friend Danny watching all of Too Hot to Handle the whole season and just being more absorbed than any of us wanted to admit. So when we would turn it off, he'd be like, yeah, I could watch some more. Those moments, it's having friends over, laughing about D&D, like the stuff like that is just like, it's fun everywhere. So, you don't really talk about it because it becomes just filled into the file folder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have much to add. Just same shit. Just the location's usually good. My grandma's rat-filled house, great food everywhere. Like, it was South Central. There's amazing spots, but, fucking there's rats in the fucking house.
Yeah.
I've never lived with rats before, and that was an experience, man.
I feel like rats are something that are so shocking. It's like you can't even, because they'll bite you.
Yeah, I wonder if any of them fucked with me or anything, because there were actually mice too. There was mice and rats, And the mice would come and they would squeeze under because, they can squeeze in pretty much anything that's the size of their head.
Yeah.
And so they were like squeezing under my door, and I'd hear them like walking on shit. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But it took my uncle to, get scammed to me to finally leave. And then I thought, like, I can't believe I was there for as long as I was dealing with that shit. I really thought I was gonna help out the family. I thought we were gonna do something special. We were gonna fix up this house and then abandon fucking ship. there was
rats.
It is what it is.
Rats are no joke. I really have a special hatred of roaches, man, because they're just so ubiquitous in certain places, and it's just like, man, from this apartment to the next apartment to the next apartment. Are you fucking serious? Like, do they have my number or something?
It's almost impossible.
Bro.
It's so hard to get rid of them. It's so hard.
Did I tell you the apartment that I saw? One of them I saw because I caught them off guard. I guess I called them in the morning. I think it was Saturday morning or some shit, and I was like, "Hey, can I stop by?" I'm like, in the area, and so somebody told me, and what I think it's true, that they probably sprayed like the night before or something, because usually roaches are hidden, especially during the daytime. Usually. They're not just crawling out freely. And so when I went and saw the apartment, like, I walk in the kitchen, there's just roaches just out, and I'm like, okay. And then I open the cupboards and there's dead roaches and shit, and then like there's dead roaches on the floor in the fucking master bedroom. And I was like, this is insane. I can't believe you're renting this apartment and there's just roaches is freely out. And then so I saw when I was talking to, it might have been my mom. She was like, oh, I think they just sprayed. And then, unfortunately, they thought like maybe they would take care of the problem, and then it just brought them out because they're like, oh shit, our home's being attacked. We need to kind of like do something about this and scatter. And but that was my biggest fear of finding. And so the place that I have now, because I didn't even mention that I secured a place in Burbank, so I'm moving the 31st of May. I'll be in Burbank, and there's no dishwasher, so there's no I've been to the place a few times and no trace of bugs, and everything seems fine. So I'm like, great. And the cool thing is it's month to month. So if fucking roaches just started to show up out of nowhere, I could just fucking bounce.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's a good sign of confidence, actually. Like, if leases are usually it is kind of how things work. It's just like you're expected to sign a lease, but like month to month is a pretty good indication that there are no like major issues like that.
I
Because
agree.
they'd fucking leave immediately. But yeah, it's exciting, man. But like, I'm so happy that I'm in an apartment now that I don't have to, like, I could wake up in the middle of the night and walk into my kitchen barefoot and not have to look at the floor. You don't even understand how long it took me to like, dude, for a long time, like I think since 2018, since we had the Olive apartment.
Damn.
I just had to deal with that shit. And even your place had it too. Like when you and Joe lived together, they had roaches. I'm like, damn, these things fucking are everywhere, man. Not a single one.
Dude,
I saw one.
My house
I saw
so
one
overly
big.
Clean, they don't have a chance.
I saw one big, and I was actually worried because when I first saw the apartment, it had been abandoned for days, like for a while. Only Mick, our friend Mick, saw it for me. And when I got to the apartment for the first time after like a month of nobody in there, I saw one like huge dead roach by the door, and I was like, "Oh no!" But luckily, I just assumed it just fucking it got lost or something and just like died in there.
Yeah,
or like something because like I've had zero problems
to die.
Yeah, just
shadow.
But it was I'm never again with those. Let's move on with you're fat and retarded and I'm out of here. Wrote in.
Nice.
That's the fucking. Did I ever tell you guys this story? I think I might have told you, Kingston. Like when I was at Sears and that guy quit. There's a guy who quit at Sears and I can't remember what his name was, but he said he quit and he was like screaming loudly in the manager's office. He was like, "You're fat and retarded and I'm out of here," and that's how he quit. That's how he quit Sears.
That's
it was like 3 months,
there, bro.
That's
it was
how
like
you
3
quit.
months, I think, before I quit or something. But that's his name. I told that story on Constellation. Glad to see it.
King shit, bro.
Disseminating. Anyway, he says, "Hey boys, I genuinely want to know what makes a good pizza. I've had pretty damn good pizza on the West Coast, no cap. But why does New York City have the best pizza? Dustin Furman from Sacred Symbols claims it's overrated. So I'm wondering if it's some sort of New York elitism. You have to understand, Dustin's from Pennsylvania. And the people are look. This is like a sense of elitism because you can prove it. And unfortunately for the East Coast, the cities around New York have a massive inferiority complex about the fact that they are not in the conversation. Philadelphia, Boston, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey especially, they're a little insecure because they're in the shadow of what is ostensibly the main character of America. And that must suck. I get it. Must suck that every single superhero is there, that every single big movie takes place there, that every single big novel takes place. It must suck to have to constantly read about this fictional place that, unfortunately for you, is very real and happens to have some of the best pizza in the world. Must suck, but you got to get over it. Just get over it. It's okay.
I wish I loved New York as much as you did, bro. I don't love New York anywhere near as you do. I don't even like it, if I'm being real. It's my home. It's where I'm from.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't like it because you are a Californian now. But you have become a Californian.
Well,
you are
I
late
also
to
lived
everything.
in New York City for too long.
You are late to everything.
That's
You flake constantly. That's what you're a Californian now, and it makes sense.
Oh
why
no,
you
I don't flake anymore. I just say I'm not going.
Okay,
I just say I'm not going anymore. I've gotten
say
old
you're not
now.
going.
I'm an adult now.
You say you're not going.
I developed that
No, fuck off. You say you're not going 2 hours beforehand. You say you're going not going the day of or something. You cancel.
I don't commit.
Right.
Like when what happens? There's group chats happening, right? People are saying we're going to this thing. I don't say anything.
All right, dude.
Because I'm not gonna go. I don't even say anything. I'm like, I'm not even gonna throw my hat in this gamble.
Kingston, you are late. It's okay. This is what the culture.
Things, but yeah,
this is the California culture. This is the California culture, and it bleeds into you, and that's fine. But I just think with pizza, there's no argument. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's and I know this because people who have no reason to have any bias have gone there and accepted it. Like, there's just like, oh yeah, this is fucking dope, and this is crazy actually. And it's only really the people from around there, from Philly or Boston or like those places, like it's okay. Borderline denial, man. It really comes from a fact that like they're just not the talked about city over there, and it's fine. But like it's so clearly obviously what that is.
I'll say one personal truth. I think New York is the place where you can go anywhere in that fucking city and get a good piece of pizza pretty much. That is what New York has. You can get great pizza pretty much anywhere, I think, if you find a place. But New York is a place where you can go block by block by block by block and find good pizza.
I've noticed the standards are high because I made a point to try pizza in New York in a few different places. I even went to a place with Wang, because he was like, oh, it's like over here. And then I went someplace by one of the sub. I couldn't tell you where it was, but like the pizzas that I had, they're just crispy, solid, fucking like. It was. There wasn't like some bullshit ass like over here. A lot of times, it's like, oh, this is slimy or fucking. I went to a place right up the street from Chris's house, and the dough wasn't even finished. It was like it was still like raw, wet. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I actually never experienced that before because it was thin. And I'm like, how does that even happen?
What?
It was thin.
Yeah.
You don't go to those.
I tried it.
You don't go to those.
Well, see, I want to, since I'm moving to the area, I want to try all the food around me because I want to walk like
if you want good food, look, if you want good food,
yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays, just go get breakfast or lunch with me and Lily. Lily knows where every good food spot is in this area.
Kingston, it's not an issue. There's good food. It's just a matter of pizza specifically. Like, there's a great. Apparently, there's a really good. There's a really good fucking kebab or like. There's a really good fucking Mediterranean place like right next to me that I had no idea about because I just always walk past it.
Fucking,
I didn't realize.
And a massive portion. They give you so much rice. It was insane how much rice they give you. Like fucking, I'm telling you, like probably 4 cups of rice. Or something in like one thing.
That's heaven.
It's crazy. I was like, dude, before my meat was gone and there was still probably like 2 cups or more of rice just left over. I was like, dude, this is insane. I've never seen that before.
Put that in the fridge, bro, for later on.
I did put it in the fridge, but then eventually I'm like,
later on, bro.
But look at the question though, because I do want to know what your guys' take is. What specifically makes a good pizza? Like, what is it?
Water.
It's a culture around it.
I hear the water.
It's probably the fact that the people that are there are so many Italians live in New York, so the recipes are probably more authentic than they are other places that don't quite have as many. Well, they teach the Mexicans that usually run the place how to make the pizza very well.
What it really
the water
what it really is,
because New York has such good clean drinking water.
No, it's not might. It is like this is like we've talked about this on the show before. There are places in California that like make pretty good pizza. Like the issue isn't. It's not that you can't find good pizza elsewhere. It's that pizza elsewhere is very inconsistent to the point of like you are better off just settling for a very predictable Pizza Hut or Papa John's or something like that than you are going to like a local pizza place, because there's a pretty high chance that if you're going to a local pizza place in fucking Iowa or fucking or like, you know, Minnesota or fucking Oregon, that it's going to be dog shit because there's no sense of consistency outside of those like chain restaurants. And the places that make good pizza in LA and in Seattle, from where I've been, they say that they import the water from New York, which is crazy. That's like wild to me, but it makes sense as to why it like specifically tastes better. And so it is the water. Yeah, it's not even necessarily. And I do think too, like a big thing that annoys me about LA, or specifically Glendale, Burbank, that like this kind of area, is that there are people. Like, I'll put it this way: there will be a new grand opening of a new restaurant, and it'll be like a breakfast place, or it'll be like, you know, an Italian place. It's always some bullshit, like, on the grand opening day, it's like, guess what? It is, yeah, you can get a burrito here, but it's an Armenian burrito. Or like, yeah, you can get Italian food here, but like, no, it's an Armenian twist. And it's like, Armenian motherfucker, there are angry motherfucker.
Where there's so many Armenians.
No, but I don't get that should make it even more stupid that you're doing that. Because do you really think that you're offering something that like really needs to happen? Oh, more Armenian cuisine. What is it with Armenians and refusing to just do the thing that like people want them to do? I don't fucking understand it.
Hey man, dude,
there are people. Dude, there's pizza places.
I'm not trying to dig into
there's pizza places. There are pizza places in Manhattan that are run just by like Mediterraneans or just like angry Arabs, and it's great. It's great because it's just pizza. It's just pizza. If you're an Armenian starting a fucking restaurant in Glendale or Burbank, I assure you can just do the thing. You could just do breakfast sandwiches. A deli. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like, Chris, how can I fit camel meat in here or something? Like, fucking relax.
Camel meat.
Relax with it.
I want to try.
I'm tired.
Chris, think of it like this, right? When you live in a pretty samey area, what happens is the businesses that are shown like, this is an Armenian place as well, is going to get better business from Armenian people. Duh, that's how that works.
No, because they keep closing down. They keep closing down.
Look, I can say what that is really, but let's not talk about that, right? I can say exactly what it is. You know what it is. Derek also knows what it is. We know exactly what those things are. We can't say because I don't want to be rude. Let's move on.
They're not good. Is the first thing. I had a breakfast burrito at this place. I was so excited. There was like this breakfast place opening right next to me. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And get just a normal fucking bacon, egg, and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, dude. You know how excited I was just to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, oh man, you know what? I'm gonna walk 20 feet and get me a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup. Sick. I get there and it's just all this Armenian stuff. It's like, all right, here's a fucking Armenian breakfast burrito, and I'm like, why are you fucking? So it's Armenian. All right, well, thanks. Motherfucker.
You want me?
All right, Derek, can you fucking? All right, yeah, can you block that out so I'm not doxxed? God damn it!
Yeah. You live next to it.
Block that out. What's the time? What's the time stamp of this?
Well, 143. I got it. I
like that place. I think it's good food.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I hate it. It's fucking terrible. But like, God bless you. You're Californian, I guess.
Yeah,
you're acclimated to this terrible. I don't know, man.
Look, man.
It really is just. I'll put it this way. I just want the Armenians to feel comfortable just making simple shit. Like, you don't
traditional
have to,
stuff.
Like, just do, like, I thought about this. I thought about opening up like like sincerely, I actually gave this a lot of thought. Was like, I want to make a breakfast place, just like literally just a like a New York deli kind of thing, where it's like you get a bacon, egg, and cheese, something very, very simple. I thought about it. I wasn't going to be like, oh, how can I do a Puerto Rican twist? Get fucked. I don't need that. I don't know why you need this so deeply.
Well, that's because it's different for you, bro. It's different.
But
I mean, I would love to
crazy.
just go get a bacon, egg, and cheese. That'd be amazing. Well, even the way they make them here is different from the way they make them back east, which is just
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of different things, man. To me, the biggest thing is there's always a spice issue. Like, say, you guys, with the authority you guys have on pizza, I'm the way with Mexican food, growing up where I grew up. And so before I came back to Vegas, I bought 2 carne asada burritos and took them with me because it's over here. There's one good taco place, and that's it. And it's only because the recipe is from Tijuana. So, like, this place is good. Like, a Tacos El Gordo is actually very good over here. Other than that, all the Mexican food I've had over here is just fine. There is not anything that's like, oh, this is good. I don't understand. It is so easy to make Mexican food properly.
There's so many good Mexican places, dog.
It's
staggering. It's
I
staggering
don't
how many good Mexican restaurants there are.
Dude,
It's like pizza places in Benice. It's like literally in New York, you can go anywhere and get good pizza. Even in Jersey. I think there's good pizza in Jersey, too, dude.
There's good pizza in Connecticut.
That makes sense.
You know,
I've often had good pizza in Jersey. I've been to most places and had good pizza in Jersey.
I'll be fair, I've had one, and this was interesting. This place probably doesn't exist anymore, but I was somewhere in Pennsylvania. I probably was somewhere outside of Pittsburgh. And the dough was almost like I want to say it was like a biscuit, but like it was almost like a fused biscuit croissant thing that I've never felt. I can't even explain it. It was so flaky, but like not some high-rise dough pan bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like it was so unique, and I'm pretty sure I have no reference. I have no reference of any. I don't know where I was. I was on tour with all these assholes, and I wanted to I want to replicate that and then see what people that really know pizza, be like, what do you think about this? Because it was an interesting spin that, like, one of the few interesting spins that I didn't hate. Because usually I just want a regular slice of pizza, and I don't want like a DiGiorno. Like there was a DiGiorno like biscuit flaky thing that I had that I'm like, well, this isn't pizza, but it was all right. And it was the only thing that I would say that outside of the pizza realm that I thought was kind of good and interesting. But yeah, everything else, man, I think you're right about the water thing. It just makes sense. It's like having a cup of coffee with filtered water versus sink water. It actually makes a difference. Like I'll just drink. Sure. I'll do the sink water because I'm lazy. Because I'm like, whatever, just sinks right there. I'll just put it and do. But whenever I'm not lazy and just put in because a lot of time the filtered water is really cold. It's chilled out of the fridge. And I'm like, it's going to take a little bit longer to warm up. So I'll just do the water on the sink, so. But it makes a difference. So yeah, it does. I get it.
It totally does.
It's just better there. It's unfortunate.
And I do think these things have splash damages. I do think like it's generally like it's almost like a bomb kind of radiation thing where it's like all like it's kind of hard to have a bad piece of pizza in New York City. Like you have to I feel like you have to be like really unlucky or you have to like actively search for it. And then you kind of get out to Connecticut where or go to Sbarro's, and then it kind of like so like that's the epicenter and then it splashes outwards, right? And so you have places in Jersey, you have places in Pennsylvania, you have places in, maybe even like Boston and Connecticut, where, they're a lot less common, but like you could find a good pizza place in those places. And then you start getting to like, Rhode Island and then fucking further out, and you're like, it's becoming really scarce. And then there's fucking maybe one per every fucking 50 miles. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Mexican food, I think. In California, where it's like there's a lot of good Mexican food in California, and then like there's a splash damage there where like by the time you reach Oregon, you're not getting good Mexican food, really.
Bro, even some of the outskirts, man, where it's just like white people in trucks, the Mexican food starts getting like kind of. I'm like, what the? This is fucking.
Really?
It definitely gets iffy.
Yeah,
it gets iffy sometimes.
It starts getting a little bit like because a lot of Mexicans. Like you go to like Upland, it starts getting a little bit iffy around that area.
Where's
where
Upland?
I'm like, sorry. Upland is like, it's northeast. It's northeast. But like, say if you're on the 215 or something, like if you just keep heading east, you'll be in like the Inland Empire area, just like the area where it's just like it's pretty hot, but not high desert just yet. And a lot of poor white people out there move out there because it was cheaper and they would have big trucks and stuff.
So this is after this is before Palms or after Palms?
This is before Palms. This is before
Palms, really?
Yeah, this is like before.
Oh,
like
damn.
it's not like say not quite. You know how like there's Victorville and all that bullshit. This is like south of like the high desert, but it's already starting to get a little bit warmer and dry. But anyway, this is unimportant. It's just like that area. When you start getting out in those areas, people kind of just lose they just don't know how to make. It's not special. Make refried beans, large, salt, like maybe a little bit of something extra, but just really large salt. Carne asada, just fucking salt and pepper. It's not that complicated, but they still fuck it up somehow.
I will say though, best Mexican food I've had. I did like this place called Taco Azteca that we used to go to a lot, but like best Mexican food I ever had was this place in San Diego that I can't remember the name of. It was like some shack in San Diego. That was like really fucking good.
San Diego's like Mecca, dude. Yeah, San Diego's Mecca.
It's literally right there. That's why it's like
Old Town. The food over there is crazy, bro. God damn. I was just there. That's the first place. That's the first place in California. Technically, that's the first like
the first major city that so the fucking people that migrated up there, they fucking do work, man. And I gotta go back.
Good, bro.
Yeah,
I want to go again. I went to I spent my time at zoos there pretty much because the zoo and the safari there, the zoo and the is it called the safari? I think it's called the safari.
It's called the safari. It's the safari park
there. It's unbelievable. I've never had that much fun in my life.
I went to the safari park when I went down there to visit Idoves, I think, like years ago, because they were pretty close to it. But
I saw like I don't know, man. Lions. I saw like a giraffe like put its head in the fucking like car I was in, like a giraffe put its head in, and I was gonna touch it. They were like, "Don't touch it." And I was like, "I should have fucking touched it. Like I'll never have a chance to do something like that again."
Well, I mean, you would have got it. You would have got it sick.
Carnivorous.
You would have got it sick. You can't touch him.
Can you imagine?
I'm like, it like licks my arm and yanks me out, and I fucking tears me out, throws me to terrain with one of the giraffes and rhinos, and I die.
Dude, they're like ultra powerful. They easily pick you up.
They're way stronger than I can conceptualize. Like I think they're strong, and the strong they are crazy.
When you did the safari, did you like get up close to like lions and stuff in the car, or like the jeeps or something?
We were in the jeep. We were next. I held a cobra. I was right next to a porcupine that was like trained like a dog. Like I've never seen a porcupine. I didn't think they had the capacity for that, but it was like
a waste of a skill.
And a pet, like she would point somewhere and it would go there, and like
that's weird.
She could touch it and it wouldn't frill up, and then she would like a snappy thing and it would do its like the fucking thing, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. We were near rhinos. Asian rhinos look so much cooler than African rhinos. Asian rhinos have like little armor pretty much on them.
Well,
we were near
two African rhinos left, so it doesn't even matter.
No, there was a bunch there. There was a bunch of they are almost gone there.
They're
all
like less than 300. Those are animatronic.
It's really sad.
There's
less than 300 of them existing anymore. That's wild, dude.
That's such a shame.
Fucking unfortunate.
That's kind of crazy. We saw elephants. Such a low number.
It's wild because in our lifetime they were like tens of thousands, and now this is the 300. It's fucking wild to think about it.
Blasting them in the face for like $300,000. It's crazy. Like fucking white people, man. They just like with their curly mustaches and shit, and just getting blunderbusses.
I'm gonna go hunt this animal that's minding its business. Yeah,
the fucking locals are holding. The locals are holding the rhino down, and the fucking guy with the twisty mustache just puts the fucking blunderbuss up to the rhino's face, and then bah, and then they
that's so preposterous, dude. Jesus Christ. We went to think with the lions where there was dude, when we went into the lion glass, it was like quadruple glass and like 4 bolts like holding it down, because apparently before they got out somehow. So they took like every precaution, but seeing a lion, like being near a lion is an insane thing. Because the females, which are quite a bit smaller than the males, are bigger than me, dude, which is horrifying.
Well,
and they were just like chilling because they're like very used to people, so they weren't like aggressive. They were just kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
What else? We saw axolotls up close. That was cool. Do we see anything else that was particularly crazy? We saw a cassowary.
Yo, those things I don't fuck around with those things, man.
Bro.
What?
We
what
saw
happened?
a cassowary, right? So we walked down this little enclavement, and there was like this little den where it's like you'd assume it's just like a walking area. You would assume it'd be an animal there, but you see something like in the brush staring at us as we walk by, and then all of a sudden this fucking damn near velociraptor comes out, and it does the sound that they made in the movie, and I was like, that's a monster. That is a fucking monster,
dude.
Why
I saw a
is that
video.
there?
I saw a video
small,
of just
but they're fucking scary, dude.
I mean, maybe that one was small. Like, dude, they're fucking. I will not fuck around. I would rather be around a lion than a cassowary. Like, sincerely, like cassowaries are fucked. Like, because they're birds.
They're terrifying.
But they will.
They disembowel other animals, dude.
Yeah, they have like fucking scimitars on their fucking feet. It's ridiculous. They're like imagine you gave.
We saw kangaroos up close too. That's what we saw.
Oh yeah.
Would you box a kangaroo?
Kangaroos are big as fuck, dude. They're big. No, we saw tree kangaroos, which they're pretty much like small kangaroos with really long tails. We saw red pandas. They're the cutest animal on the planet, like by a wild margin. They're so cool, it's insane. Because they look like they're like cats and raccoons fused.
Yeah,
or teddy bears and raccoons is better. What else? It was an insane experience. I want to do it again, but like it's wildly expensive. It's so fucking much money.
Oh no, it's like a fox
like
and a fucking.
Pass.
It's like a fox. What the hell?
They're
Red
really
panda?
cute.
It's like a coon tail, but like they look like a fox face. That
like
is the
teddy
weird.
bears,
I've never seen that
foxes, and
before.
raccoons.
That is insane.
weird.
I've never seen that before. What an
Aren't they
abomination! of
paralyzingly
God.
cute?
That is
We saw
an
fennec
abomination.
foxes too. You said
I like
abomination,
fennecs.
and that cute, you're gonna call an abomination?
I like fennec
It
foxes
just-
a lot.
They're so zippy.
Fennec-
they zip
fennec-
around. No,
They're adorable.
Fennec
but
foxes,
they
I
look
think,
long.
are fucking. Fennec foxes, I think, are adorable. Like those things are
they're
fucking cute.
So I might be wrong because fennec foxes have long tails, right?
I mean, they have tails. I wouldn't describe them as long.
Whichever the ones I saw have very short little nubby tails, but they look just like them.
Fennec foxes look kind of like that fucking
That
almost like
Pokemon.
that flying thing that in Avatar. What's his fucking name? Oh my god, I can't. Not Appa,
Momo?
the small one.
Yeah.
Momo. Yeah, they look Momo-esque. Yeah, but yeah, those things are
They're
fucking
so
adorable.
Fucking cute.
But
Anyone that can get a chance to, please go to a safari area in the San Diego Zoo. It is an unbelievable experience.
yeah, it's only it'll only
Unbelievable.
bankrupt you.
It is expensive, yes, but it's beautiful.
This is some privilege. This is some white privilege speaking.
That's
Yeah, I've never been to a
I'm looking at
safari.
you. I'm looking at you.
Not about white privilege, bro.
I'm looking at
that
you.
was my favorite thing. I wanted to
Look at
be
a few
Florida when I was
shades. Look at
little.
a few shades lighter right now.
I'm
You
not.
know, as soon as
In
you
fact,
walked
I'm
in,
darker, bro.
see, they were about to capture you. They thought one of their silverbacks escaped, and then you started getting lighter because
crazy.
and then they were like, "Oh wait,
Oh, he's talking. Oh, he's talking. Caesar.
I still have to see those movies.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I
I got a
started watching the
marathon that
second
shit.
one last night. I want to watch them all for the weekend.
Caesar horny.
I'm trying right now to play.
Puss.
I'm trying right now to play Hellblade 2.
Caesar doesn't particularly like black humans. In particular, Caesar's
Well,
frightened
alright.
of black humans.
He
like,
really okay.
All right, never mind. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's end the show. Let's get on up out of here.
They make Caesar uncomfortable.
By the way,
All right,
Hellblade
ready to
2 has
count you
been
down.
putting me. Hellblade 2 has been putting me to sleep. It's been.
You get good sleeping
2.
and stuff from it.
It's I.
Like,
yeah,
in a
I
bad
got
way?
good, dude. Yeah, well, not in a great way. Like, I mean, well, it's in a good way in the sense that, like, hey, man, I'm getting some good sleep, but like, fuck, I'm so bored.
Damn.
It's so. Yeah,
I'll be honest.
it's unfortunate.
I didn't finish it. It just wasn't. It wasn't at the right time for me to play. because
I love one. I think
it was just too puzzle heavy. I wanted to fuck more things up than solve shit. And I was
Hellblade 1 was good. But it was kind of slow. Like I probably would have fallen off of it if I didn't like force myself to go like, no, this is good. But like Hellblade 2 is like, I put like maybe like an hour and a half into it, and I'm just like, I fell asleep 3 times.
Damn, that's
crazy.
That isn't even that. Damn. I was thinking an hour and a half. You're just fucking out for like 14 hours.
No, dude. Last night I tried to play it. I tried to play it last night. I played it for like 20 minutes, and I was like passing out. And I was like, oh man, now's not the time. And then I woke up. I went to bed really early last night because the game put me to sleep. Like the game put me to sleep at like 10, and so I was like, "Oh man, I'm in like a real good like REM cycle right now. Like if I knocked out right now, I'm gonna pass the fuck out."
6, it's early.
Dude, I took it.
Whole days ahead of me. I feel good.
Dude, have you ever been in that situation though? Like when it's like an awkwardly early time. It's like maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock, but like you can tell like if you go to sleep now, like it's gonna be good sleep. It's like that kind of situation that I was in. And so I was like, I'm going to take it. So I woke up early, just naturally. I woke up at like 6 a.m. And even then, I stayed in bed. I was like, it's too early. So I stayed in bed for another 2 hours. 8 a.m. I woke up. So more sleep, more rest. I get up. I'm like, it's early. I got a couple hours before the show. I'm going to try and make it through some Hellblade 2. Like 30 minutes into that, I start falling asleep again after all of that rest. After coffee. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And so I went back
too. That's crazy.
And so, dude, I go to bed again because I'm like, this is gonna be a good nap. And that's why, like, when you guys texted me,
tired, and then you wake up tired at that moment. You're like, damn.
I felt really good. It was good sleep again. But like, that's why, like, you guys texted me earlier. It's like when we went to record the extra ammo, Kingston was like, oh, you guys good at 11 or at 12. And I woke up at like 11:30, and I was like, "Oh, sorry." I fell asleep playing Hellblade again. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try. I'm gonna try and play it again tonight at like 7, so that way if it makes me tired, I'm gonna get some damn good sleep again. But if it happens again, I'm out, man. I'm done. Like it ain't working. But
all right,
let's read. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I pulled up the Patreon. You want me to do it?
Oh, do you want to do the names? Yeah, let's do it.
So just to keep
it's Wednesday.
People keep the people
I'll
on
do it Friday.
Toes. And
ready? All right.
Yeah, go ahead,
let's do it,
brother.
3, 2, 1.
Vaughn of the Dead, Vaughn of the Dead, Galo 3, CBT, Round-Eyed Asian. Which one of you put Quaaludes in Sweeney's jug of piss before you read the names? yeah. Sweeney's screeching the hard R after losing at the Digimon tournament. Yeah, facts. Binya, been all up in ya. MCG. Paying $25 just to listen to Sweeney lethargically slur half of your name before falling asleep mid-sentence. I can't wait for you to do it again, dude. It's going to be good. People, it's a hit. You're a hit, dude.
Kingston recently got a sleep apnea machine, so now he might actually get some good enough sleep that he won't die in the middle of the show. Yeah, but didn't you notice that he didn't fall asleep?
Dude, my sleep's been so good, I'm getting addicted to it. It's so good that I want to sleep because it feels so good.
Oh shit, that's crazy!
Great sleeping.
Damn, that's cool. Maybe we won't fall asleep during the fucking podcast anymore. That's excellent.
I also have energy. I have a ton of energy, so I've been like working out. It's great. But if that happens, I'm gonna not need it anymore. You see, so if I get healthier, I'm not gonna need it anymore. So I don't know if I want to get healthier.
That phallic Boldween skeet shoot. I ain't shooting blanks. That is the. I can't fucking believe he just said that. She raises my flag till I napalm for Super Earth. Carrying Chris around town as I'm sorry, that fucked me up, dude. I gotta recenter. This is the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. Like I'm gonna actively not be fucking healthy so I can keep using the sleep apnea machine. That's so stupid. And like you're probably not even joking. That's what upsets me. All right,
I'm
carrying Chris around.
Joking. That's insane.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. You refuse to get glasses still. Like you still do things that are actively like insane.
My glasses don't obstruct my life much anymore though.
Okay. Carrying Chris around town as my pocket pussy. Miguel O'Hara's trans mass pussy. It goes like this. The fourth. I'm sorry. You really are like pissing me off. Like, just will you please get your no seriously. You did a great thing with the sleep apnea thing. You did a great thing. Please get a prescription for your and then get glasses. Please fucking do it. It's life changing. You have no fucking idea how life changing that shit is to actually see. Like it increases like people's like revenue, their work productivity by like 20 to 30 fucking %. It's like in the third world country, it is like it is insane. And for you, yeah, okay, all right, I'm good now. I just needed to get that out because, god damn it. All right, here we go. We're gonna do it for reals now. It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the monster condom magna dick, Torian pussy in this life or the next. Splish splash, I was gaping his ass. Springsteen, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm gay. I am gay. Pooped in a sack, call it poop sack. That's, yeah. Lil Wayne telling Drake to keep it Canadian. Jack the world's fastest Maori, Charles, what is that? Leclerc. Wow. Okay.
Leclerc.
This is your year.
Something?
Don't fuck it up. Yeah, Leclerc. I get it. Comcast, Wells Fargo, Allstate, Knight, Kellogg, Hewlett Packard, CVS, MasterCard, Dow Chemical, Macy's, 3M, Delta Airlines, and then it just stops there. What the fuck was that? Big Meaty Stinks. Andy the man whose handies are now A tier but not as dandy. Arkham Thug Voice. It's the Bat! If you take Tim Pool's beanie off, he looks like Cuphead. Heath Smoker. Gids. We should make fun of Sweem the same as, was that Queso?
Yeah. Right. So I found out who that is, by the way. It's just some guy. He's just some streamer who's like, I think in that sphere of like XQC. Like he's one of those people, but like he did like a guess where that. I saw a video of him in XQC playing a game of like guess where this burger is from, and he like nailed it every single time.
That's
like he
fire.
was like, Whopper, McDonald's, Burger King, Red Robin, and it's just like, yo, that's crazy. I could not tell them apart at all.
That's a weirdly unique skill. I can tell some of them.
I can tell what a Big Mac and a Whopper are. That's about it.
We're doing that in person. We're fucking totally doing that. That'll be a fun one.
We'll have a lot of these to go in person, I think.
Yeah. All right. The guys whose face got eaten off in Vegas, I didn't hear about that. Hitler was tripping for real. Honk Schrader. Homeless trans femme who comes. The one furry, what, Owo, haha, you said Owo? Is that what you said? Because it's not Uwu. Is that Owo, I guess?
Yeah, it's Owo.
Is that a thing?
I guess.
Okay.
If it's OW.
Yeah, OWO. All right. My entire reality is bashed like a bag of carrots. All right. Listen to swords drawn by the army of the pharaohs and see if you recognize the sample. They are like Jedi mind tricks. I keep forgetting to do that. One of my lecturers got cucked by the lead singer of the Pixies. I once saw Sweeney do 50 slow handstand push-ups. KSC my curse. Oh, there is come. Burning to find you. Will you come for me? Mr. Pants. Next on Awful News, the evil corporation BlackRock has a podcast. It's crazy. Baller the First Sin, Spumbafutters, Extra Ammo Idea. The game writes a D&D campaign. I guess. I don't know. How would, like, if we just write a campaign, like, how would that? Wouldn't playing a campaign? Whatever.
Playing a campaign would be better, and even that's kind of like
a little.
That would be tough.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll try and figure it out. I don't know. Jolly old dipshit. Honktor Salahanka and his bike horn.
That's fucking nuts. Honktor Salahanka. He's just as paralyzed, but he's always on a bike instead of a fucking.
Stop, dude.
It's so redundant. Like when he can't even use the bike. That's amazing.
He can bike around, but he can't walk. He can only move his legs in bike motions.
Bike motion, but he can't walk
that is
straight.
Crazy.
That is season 2. That is Honktor Salamanca is showing up. All right. May thy load drip and splatter. Cyphergraph, fiberglass, fleshlight prank. I can't believe they put a black quote unquote person in my historical fiction game. I get monkeys are good at climbing, but this is ridiculous. That is fucking come on, bro. Gandalf flow. Hunter Dubois, just pussy using a riot shields. God, that's crazy, man. It's
wild.
That was pretty good though. Lily milking Asmund Gold for one drop of piss. Yeah, that's probably all he's got. 21 Pilots. I wish I could fuck a guy because I'm so gay. Let the homos turn out my cheeks, butthole gets stretched out. I'm not sure what that one is.
I don't know what 21 Pilots. Yeah, I don't know.
I know one of their like songs. I heard them
I only know that taking my time on my right. That's the one I know.
Yeah,
and then
the
fucking one from and then the one from oh my god, the Suicide Squad movie that I can't remember. Heathens. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Those are the only 2 songs that I know by them though. Like I have no fucking idea what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I've heard their name before. I don't know anything about 21 Pilots though.
There's the ones that Chris said. I know those, and that's it. Lily's asparagus binging pitch dealer. You must go to the bodega system. Caucasian container, the Cracker Barrel for gays. Disgruntled. Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit. A Frenchman ate a plane. Google it and discuss. Oh yeah, we never did that, did we? John Claude.
We did. We talked about it last
time. Oh, we did? I don't remember.
You had a guy eating a plane? We did?
I guess we did. We probably did. I just completely forgot.
You don't remember it? We improv'd about it. We improv'd about JF, where JF was eating the plane.
Oh, right.
Oh my God. Yes, I remember that.
We did talk. We never. I don't think we ever looked it up, but I think we just immediately went to JF eating a plane or something.
Yeah. Did we? Wait a minute. No, because we were joking about that with Danny. I think. Weren't we? Were we doing the JF thing? Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember. Never mind.
It's all getting fucking scrunched up together. But I do remember trying to a little bit explain it to her. It's like it's not really important, the whole thing. But yeah, she did learn a little bit about that guy. Can you please leave a few seconds of silent audio at the end of the episode? Patreon always cuts off a few seconds at the end. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, weird. Huh.
I didn't know if that's the case. Okay. All right. Fuck it. Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Yeah. All right.
Pipkin.
Weird.
On my Pippa. Possum. Nice. Choi McHoles in hands. Derek, please stop being wrong all the time. That you cannot fight a wolf. We already discussed that. Slowly training to become a shibari rigger with a hard R. Damn. My dad died and all I got was this lousy heart disease. Just the hard R. Star Coffee. Ripped the digital hookah. Now I'm getting molested on the set of Embryonic Sheldon. Reminder that Chris Raygun has a fucking OnlyFans, everybody. Yes, really. Any thoughts? Comments?
OnlyFans.com/Chris R. Gunn. I don't know.
I don't know. My son froze to death in the waste of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks, and now this is his memorial. His memorial. Rip John. Transfem Grinlin exposing people with a lactose intolerance to 90 million roentgens of ionizing radiation. Yush Wormst. Craig the Canadian. The stroke Derek had while thinking about Tarkov. Yeah, it's your boy. You know, I considered cutting that part out because I was like, God, that was so fucking like retarded. I was like, whatever, I'm just leave it in. It's your boy Shiny D, Agent 47 in a lobster suit, giggling and wiggling his knees like a little schoolgirl, waiting for Warren G. Harding to enter the kitchen. He's just like, 3XO. 3XO, that alien from Saints Row 4 who just says whoops after killing 7 billion people. I need to play that again. I haven't played it since it came out. I remember having fun with it though. It was all right. Like it was a let's see. Somebody that I used to blow by throat yay. There is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shot. You need horse cock of course cock. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking, emoticons going like this or whatever. Drip MH, Lord of the Homeless Drip, cutting Sweeney's balls off, putting them in a blender, and then waterboarding him with his own blended up balls. Damn, that's disgusting.
Crazy.
So gross.
That's so much passion, Jesus, dude. You guys gotta get laid. God damn, that's fucking terrifying.
Obi, what you blow me? Norwegian game dev now developing Piss Quest featuring Lillian Sween. I wore my 3 Sween Moon shirt for a Mother's Day party and got weird looks for some reason. Lord Bartholomew Handjob, inventor of anal sex. I am gonna steal your bones. She Azarath on my Metreon till I Zinthos. 1 fish, 2 fish, gay fish, sween fish. Chris dyslexically misreading my name for 3 weeks. Just a shrimp emoji. Gay Hendrick. Yeah, it's just a shrimp emoji.
Oh, I love it. It's literally an emoji. I love that.
Gay Kendrick be like wop 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 wop. I'ma fuck his butt. Gag 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 gag. I'ma drink his nut. Wage slave B83. Oh Jesus Christ. 583. A sad guy from Michigan telling the boys it's not gay to compare loads. On our cum. Maxing. Okay, sorry, because the on our cum kind of okay. But comparing the loads on our cum maxing journey, but I'm secretly crossing my fingers. The Papini Bros presents Master Roshi Flow. They forgot I was him, so I hit him with the General's Blues Third Reich stare. All right, we're almost out here, boys. Donk Donkerson, I speak for the trees, and for some fucking reason they are speaking Vietnamese. Oh, it's bars. Installing a faulty Neuralink in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the trolls toll to get in the boys' hold. Gauge 6 is afraid of Gauge 7 because 7 gaped 9. It's pretty good. PP, my best friend, was offended by my gay station shirk, and now I'm sad. Why? Is your friend gay, or is your friend like a diehard PlayStation fan? Which, or both? How dare you? They're just fucking playing PlayStation and sucking a penis, and then they saw that shirt. I'm like, how fucking dare you? What is that? Was it?
I don't know which I'm madder about. I don't know what
No grammar notes for Sween. Everything you do on pod is fire. Keep killing it. Well, there you go.
Damn, dude. That's love. That's Lily, probably.
Yeah.
Just straight up Lily. Thanks, love.
Fermented my own cum and drank it. Now I am gender. Ah, help. Fuck. She knocked on my loose till I suffocate. Guys, they keep... Yeah. Knock loose is killing it around. It's insane. Like, fucking... Their numbers don't make sense. Hardcore music gets, like, a lot of fucking plays. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's an anomaly with hardcore genre that gets so much support that I want to start a hardcore band just to, like, be thrusted in the algorithm, I guess? I don't fucking know, dude. Anyway.
Yeah, it is crazy.
RFK's brainworm, yeah. I'll carpet bomb the Gaza Strip for a quarter. John Strickland, my partner snapped the chair legs of my Chris Raygun's U2s, then proceeded to tear off my legs in self-defense. Let's see. Merck's 1889. Yeah, I forgot about the U2s thing. When that company was making all those figures of you good people.
Yeah, it's weird. They do like official. They're doing official stuff now. Like they did like Avatar and all sorts of other fucking things like that. Like it's really jarring because I'm looking at it, I'm like, if you want to collect all these things, you have to collect like legitimate things. You have to collect like legitimate figures, and then me. You gotta get like fucking Jon Snow and Spider-Man and fucking all these real people, and then me. That's wild.
And then you.
It's very funny.
I reached out to them one time because I wanted like something. I can't remember what it was. I wanted one made of me, but in some sort of offensive way, just me kind of being tongue in cheek. I'm sure it was something sexual, and they said if you get 10,000 likes on a post, then we'll do it. And I'm like, I was just being stupid. I was trying to actually, hey, let's do a campaign of something that I probably regret later. But it was kind of cool that maybe they were serious about it. No, they weren't. They can't do fucking like X-rated shit. Anyway, let me finish this. My old lady fingered me, and I came. Now I feel like a whore. That's pretty cool. The First Church of Keith David, whose name is not Tyler. Second Church of Keith David, featuring being better than the First Church of Keith David. Pre-Roz, Blake 896, Jordan B. Peelison, Derek reaching Eric Cartman levels of pettiness with his cum-filled watermelon ploy. That's facts. Chris trying to read like pa-pa-pa-pa. Filling up the communal crack pipe with asbestos, Alaskan oil-filled trash, Texas tater salad, right? The Viet Congs that rearranged the kitchen, Sue Hulk, Tickle My Ass Hairs, Nikki Ziggy, Honk, Sorry Miss Jackson, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, The Vegan Necromancer, I Got Consent, Etherean, Progerian Punter, Maleficus One, finally rehabilitated and back in the saddle with 2 functioning hands. And finally we reached the goal with King of Haphazard. Let's fucking go. That wasn't too bad.
What the fuck?
A little thirsty.
Out of here!
Bye, y'all. Don't get hurt. Remember, it's a dictatorship out there. So stay safe and remember, God loves you. Or he doesn't, or he doesn't exist. I don't know. Whatever you care about.
Whichever you want to go, whichever route you take, it doesn't matter. Obama. Dude, he says it so much higher than like. If you go watch that thing, he says it way higher than I always remember. It's like Obama. Obama. It's pretty impressive, actually, that he hit that note. All right, bye.
Get the fuck out of here, guys.